nyina no nsam no yareba ma transfer market stories won sansom abeka yeram e wo fie so Ghana Premier League no matches ababa so say House of Folk pressure e wo ho na su coach Watara say won no pressure dabi chese ne nyina no nsam no yade mo nsom ababa week mo matches awasa ba so ne nyina no yade live commentaries abedan wo e wa brano pede stories no more and some about 100.9 e wo Tamale 101.3 e wo Takrade and 101.3 and some awasa yo so an important I want nyina no yadam live yo ho and make us YouTube aye Wontumi TV live and Facebook no and some aye Wontumi TV oba Daruma so that baby amoye edema no ya mon share ma fofo and some say jumaden e kontumpa now I share follow your page na I also be follow be like na fe what do messages area to asem and so area bana ya can messages no more and some ade amount couple say be a friend here
nyame adom fancy be aboko
I don't pense don't come for ye free prostate screening our the premises wa true aye tafu share so amusu junction wo for the akomoro market anya ira kwankwa junction so wa sanshare so na wo be pop na wana Dr. Amusu wa wo ye aye free prostate screening adama mema no mon question say prostate the enlargement ni kwan so twemeba ti ya ma share so enso the ama yes eno so no
yes prostate ne dear
yes
wan hwe ya the drop ben be
here pa very necessary
yes o kono akoye ho adwuma we doctor anyama wa wan ne be free there as a fancy chroma intense you ti ya no aye ntem na onso akwaje odie na watinya adwun so ye fi
ai ehia pa yemmo yetifo no so abaso ne yahwefo no nyina no yeda mu nyina ma se mumunti mu adaroma ne ye oba bi ti enye mu asanka ye nsore ha ma chema betara ha ti yeda ma se from day one mu da so kitai mu a anti yaba be kwano no ma acknowledge mo me quick na yemna yen question of the day no so
wo natural and for adaroma na no promoter echi ana ye show ne ba power specialist about hospital yama me doctor akosu aduaya e ka obi samens vital ba mission capsules again e bo ye chiro my sense o ma daruma wo ma tete so kwaji bi na afi no ma nya kama Enfama Lawson Beverages Limited Dileman wo mo atachire and Alaska Star Enterprise wo dem e be kama Alaska Daruma Currency Ventures wo mo atachire emulator ba supplement na no pay wo mo boy chiro Kojak Farmer wo mo adaruma ana afi tabia e ba company industries wo mo atachire yare ensam no ade by nanu pay ade amanti awon sam kakra eno na se fancy wo madama ananu pay yede latest ni nyina no ade be sum atifo nanu pay
yes na as usual ayamuzu p about Mr. no ana chese ebwama yede question of the day amamuzu p makatro se function drone eno ani a chese o sa bebi abomodi ansa wonsa enso ebeka de oyo buy be dia bwa wo ye beman so a edu akagina mu infection de enye enti eni kwa say infectious also momodi enso benya bina brama one bema kita odi ewo mpem eba sa wonte ya obiem enso na gu rough ni nyina na bejai bema enso abema no ho aye prekese ehwo aye kro chesen sansan no egu odwi nyina na ye kro na etre ema no ya na nsan bi so gu wase na fei enke fru wase ba na emo wadro no aye amuzu p halba mesha eno ana bebu amanu yo manso aye find ya na fei wadro so ntempa wa bra wonte ya obia enso Daruma and your day your question of the day MO. Now monsa won for shall say to ayam pia de bapa mame me question of the day night. Amuzu PC himself say who is better, Paul Scholes or Kevin De Bruyne? Sir Scholes I want to form in the prime. Kevin De Bruyne so in the prime wa on majuma will be a team boy who is better, Paul Scholes and I said Kevin De Bruyne emudia he ana em say or you better. I was you are serious.
Choose one
say and then toto fefe wa ma ba e be man hwe post school when De Bruyne beto to post school over so say and obi so say he na the post school ni ya na and I say pass go bi no hwe ni ntina maka ba oh masa he say dem say
obia o nadwe post school hu Paul de no say no long passes no so obesusu na wa pamatade ahyew eno ma na exceptional ana na rebound say ya bo na ya pu abane nsentia so no eno no so ana wo hyepa nti okay me da meko for post schools
Jose
post schools meko for Paul Scholes munya time share na de o meka obu a wan your opportunity an hwe oh
obey na o se dey
enyan komo
say
the audio to see
Paul Scholes ni Kevin De Bruyne
omo trim no ginger head no way yeah
you couple me about Mike, what's it?
They say, show my name now. One say, Paul Scholes trim De Bruyne trim so ginger head and or more hairstyle, no ginger head way players. But I think so on the evidence of the Kevin De Bruyne and Obro Paul Scholes so baby. Oh, Obro Paul Scholes so. Oh, Brownie so. De Bruyne so. Oh, there be De Bruyne bro Paul Scholes so. Ah,
Paul Scholes boy.
Ball bang or boy ya De Bruyne mbobi. Ball bang na Paul Scholes boy ya De Bruyne mbobi.
Susu no apamata de aso.
Ah, kapopa.
Ine izu Paul Scholes.
I know go.
Oh yes, I know the man is exceptional.
No, you see, omo ina ye era defining players, but ye can't ball na nkasa omo mienu.
Ne bono.
The onimbo De Bruyne. Me can find that. Now we who cry debate.
What's it?
De Bruyne bro.
Oh, David.
Bono.
You see, Obro Paul Scholes so.
Okay.
Obro Paul Scholes so. And then na Paul Scholes here the Bruyne and try.
Super.
And all the time I dey back one. Paul Scholes here De Bruyne on your non try. Go share. Assist, passing, cross. And then
and just any as De Bruyne so more Paul Scholes on any
day. So and I catch now so go.
De Bruyne aye bia so Paul Scholes ababy atwam.
Baby, and away or better trim on the way I be am and Abron so.
Oh, there be into.
De Bruyne is the finest playmaker the Premier League has seen in the last 15 years. The playmaker pa Premier League ni mo we or your era defining player. Necessary no. Ed Dane so be replace Kevin De Bruyne. Akwa nyansa. Paul Scholes mo die no. Omo define a certain era, but a more of class of 92 than Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes go why the choir was starting a big boy. Was it Mark Hughes and answer why? Paul Scholes Roy Keane. Paul Scholes Carrick. Paul Scholes, you always have to attach him to an individual. But De Bruyne. Obia De Bruyne and any boy behind he made him better. Go Shemu. Aqua no Mobo.
Kevin
De Bruyne.
My China was watching. I mean, come and show for me. Moussa man for the messages about General attachment Jonas Senior. Oh, Yenia Jonas Junior, they call US. Formerly of Angel, Nia at Penny, no teacher. Our headmaster said, Kevin De Bruyne is better than Scholes. Paul Scholes was dirty, but pure football. KDB is above him. Wama Mike, General winners. Yes, it's general minimum sound of PBB Friday war. Messages in Bamamisha Kakana Fe, couple soro Diana Soso. Now, Frank Todd, they say, Paul Scholes all the way, couple. Me, Oscar, men who are watching the show live from Oforu Chrome Carpentry and what then a message by. When so I Salim Adarabio yo ranking. Now, Salim essay. Fancy Maria, I will go for Kevin De Bruyne. But Scholes was a beast in his time, but even that Lampard and Gerrard dominated England ahead of him. And also the message, I don't know when so say David Morgan say he they talk out of hatred. Kofi Boateng Van Dijk say Kevin De Bruyne any day, long shot, both left and right legs works. And also the message that is any now phobia boys say or come up Paul Scholes. This one says I'll go for KDB. He's the best way. Sky Bay, the Mourinho and ordained Sky Be the Mourinho and some message and so I don't know. Tata Bright just say Kevin De Bruyne is the best. And this one says Master KDB your friend of free Kingsford. Oh no, and a day some message and a buy. Fancy. You guys should talk about Thomas Müller for me. Let people know his better than Xavi and Iniesta in terms of numbers. Crispino even says so pie fan but me pure some anyway. Kwame Mawuli Benjamin say Kevin De Bruyne, no argument about that. If you want to argue, go and argue with your ancestors. Hey, now some say what was saying? Skinny Bakwaya Sukore was one on Super Cordiama. I Kevin De Bruyne on any day. I say Foxy, what do say? I Kevin De Bruyne. We so say Kevin De Bruyne all the way live from UK. You found a chance Trenebois and a chance Trenebois. So I did a message, you know, and so about couple quick. Now I'm going forward.
Kwaku Kwartin says it's not fair to compare a retired player and a player who is still active. And you are doing Kakapedi Bright is a Kevin De Bruyne. Williams coming. As a Scholes is the best. Alex Adua champion. It's disrespectful to compare the De Bruyne to Scholes. Period. And also the Isaac Mensah said Kevin De Bruyne is nowhere near Scholes. Scholes rebound goals alone are bigger than Kevin De Bruyne. And Gabriel said both are good. Okay, Nana also answered conference said Kevin De Bruyne and Wakodiamana Barre Du Gideon was both they both have different qualities. Kevin De Bruyne plays more direct and Scholes is with more beauty. He makes the game beautiful with his passing and long balls. And no Edward Diaba I do some no more. And Nabakabel said Kevin De Bruyne or Sir Philip Sir Fancy unim Scholes and what they are to achieve unim Scholes.
Your prophet say they play different roles. Scholes was more of an 8 and KDB is a number 10. Hey, we'll be at the idea about De Bruyne is a midfield engine room. He has no size, and I for you, Berima, and so on a couple of them come out from my chamber. Come say we cast here, WWE kakra.
Yes.
Niama basketball so kakra say a Hall of Famous no. I'm someone for in Dutch the room.
Yes.
What him say my country was the 19th and 20th of this month. April yano WrestleMania 41. Na obi betrayal say na be see Philly.
Yeah.
Say be ani pano no ko back the biana betrayal ebebem say na city it is circle the baby also ma circle you close.
Oh yes,
I will be on circle mo bo mo ram ohun ni o ma wi akatra bi no enti ya ma ohun ni nyina
David tete
ho ma ga they want to be afa ya ko for na ba because Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman e dey dino
okay otwa ye no ho
ya ko for na ba sha
there is a betting code.
Hey, you know, phone calls. I have 5 crowd 5. There were 100 odds. There were 5. I was 5 on 4. And real quick, you have betting codes and I'm a betway exclusive, almost sponsor show no. Into me busa otherwise.
David.
1A 52 E2 70 1A 52 E2 70 100 off. Shout out to the projected Amamo. I feel second code 1A 52 E5 5B 1A 52 E5 5B and here 5 off. Betway.
Yes.
Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana.
Yes.
1A
52
E7 90 1A 52 E7 90
yes.
Third code I don't know. Fourth code.
Yes, fourth one.
1A 52 EA 01 1A 52 EA 01
01.
I say back na say.
Yes.
Now make
And idea
last code.
Last code.
1A
5252 DD
4E
1A
5252
DD
4E
5 odds.
5 odds. No. Ejama eye code mako enum.
And idea maybe omo de be fa bia that the fidie ni asum no and yasum mu that fidie. Okay, you be you.
Okay, and then can be also better. Okay, yeah, the music and the bonsa. The music and the come for what they are saying. Means what chili. You pass your man. That come on. And Benjamin Benyarabeto. Benjamin Benyarabeto. Auntie, you be trebi. You come on this. And so I own to me sports weekend edition. You go for it.
Angwa juma no you Yami wohoda Se uji dudia Obeya juma Esa chirenia no you Yami wohoda Se uji dudia Obeya juma Ye bompaye Shamachi Israel Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika bika Uvika Naveshika Uvika Miyodika Tode Yasak in English in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Come on, boy, Capo. Chairman. Yes. Some messages and hey, chairman, yeah, dear pass, watch me assemble. I just quite be coming home, and papa, me.
Na guess it is okay how guess no me say guess no me say how many boys this year me say guess it say Wontumi sports no I number 1
chairman
angwa juma no you Yami wohoda se uji dudia obeya Esa chirenia no you Yami wohoda se uji dudia obeya Ye bompaye Shamachi Israel Yehuwa Ilahenu Yehuwa Ekat We ahata et Yehuwa Elohika
no some now said yes how much as and on some more and on some never see our coming so ram and South Africa Nyame Adoma and next week na chess no and some by a Monday and the train say omutuma de no and on some never to me about so on some Tuesday no and some by 8th and I return like matches outdoor I was say no about so no so bet me about the battery na Nyame Adoma ya ba next week I come Champions League no ya ba be say your matches and some never see akwana mom wonum say no matches and also Barcelona and on some about so called La Liga and some our way and Espanyol Boboku no woman some Atua Boboku your father self fire can our fire castle woman some Kocha Mekanama Kuma and some Vecano Timono woman some Antimiante I brought Leandro Cabrera one of our friends Roberto Fernandez no and some about second Gorma Boboku your father Espanyol Ebiamono Yabenya play father say Yavia Puato one about Tenko and Sana Kodana your father Per Miller and some other so to Anwa our league and omu game back no pasua ebia crutches asset ton amen your Madrid no managers a boss and more woman so matches aba cross no nyina no woman so amaniama e simple anwa na chess and I update aba Italy so no make us anwa January team no woman so asha back aba bright Denise woman so antimiante na anwa game no so aba so player na your fans Alexandro Zanoli ono and make it difference anwa and some asha the only our sama chenemo and some other man January team no when some wa broke about Saboku your fans some bamunchin akwa mama chenemo no na chess Osberg guy side woman level matches atwa so na chess among suffer defeat na so nyina che wa ba na nkomo enjoy terrenia you can say 11 game and beaten run anwa bamunchin for and some akostopeno and wa Boboku fans Osberg woman na di cabo first goal ɛnom ayɛ akɔdane fa no sɛ Demetrios Giannoulis ɔnom ɛnso aba first goal ɛnso ama team no ansana Jama Musiala ɛbɛbɛ cancel ayɛ Osberg ɔmo nso elite no nti about first half awie ɛnora na kyɛsɛ game no ɛnso ayɛ 1-1 ɔmo ba second half no ana Cedric ayɛ Zasiga wɔnom anya second yellow the moment wɔbɛnya first yellow card anya second yellow card no maka kyerɛ sɛ ayɛ tantamount to ayɛ red card ama kyɛsɛ no akɔdana wɔno nso anya second yellow ayɛ Cedric Zasiga ɛnso adi red card afiri mu wɔde red card na apɛ na Hurricane ɛnso ade ayɛ second goal ɛnso ɛsɔs ɛma abɔbɔkuo na biom yɛbɛbɛnya abɔnta wɔno sɛ ayɛ Chris Lane Maxima wɔno nso abɔ on goals ɛno akwane yɛ wie 90+3 ɛna baasa on goal no ɛno nso abayɛ Jami nyane nyina no enso update free mo enso mare banano parfait me chance enwa French league no OGC nisi omo sha won ema Nantes enso ahye mienu na cheso mo tena fie enso ama aboboku a ye fansa Nantes akotwa mo 2-1 na cheso enwa wo mo so asani o pa na de aba no nyina no se enwa wo ba ko ba sasi Ronaldo no omo so wo mo wa bra dwumadi a ye kan se no enso aye Riyadh omo derby a boss no wo bi ya gitum se Al Hilal wo mo so team no na nkomo wo form pa enso enu asedi Ronaldo nom ene John Duram nom asi adwuma no masa na no de enu asi Ronaldo bema age 40 and so ebe key difference enso ngare man team wonim se enu agama ba so bema ne wonom ato aso age man of the match award ama se modern abroncha man se Ronaldo enso ngabonu nyina no enso awosoro eso ni ama chese bema enso ngafom na aye kama enu ade bema enso solution no na Jacob and said yaba be remo sama tenemo na mo nanim se ka bia Hilal foi ese ba be o ma jabiem ama chesem a wo mo league game anom aye round of 26 no eno som abaso na aboboku a ye fa no se Hilal no Ronaldo ensom na make difference eno asede medical dia to onim no na yaba be we first half ana player wonom abo adama Hilal e fa no se Ali Al Hassaf ana Sadio Mane aye assist ama si Ronaldo ensom anya second goal later no ana chesa branch na ye fa no se Ali Abdullahi Abonia ye kan se bako ensom adama Hilal nti emwa na manfo nim san ka bia mo ba beteka no 88 minutes ana Ronaldo no ensom ade penalty atomo ensom adama aboboku a ye fan se Al Nassr me no kase no ensom kakra fi amaso ye ensom ade aba wadra me dia to nim se bema no ensom ade man of the match award emwa onim se wo quarter no so obi ababo aye 34 matches essence aye 18 club league and and some our Saudi 17 home 17 away na chesam 34 no afei anama bo am 26 game na am Itihad am about 25 and wo some ababo wo our 61 points Al Hilal about 26 and wo our 57 na chesam no donom e kati league no and some other ba just 3 points and am 54 and am by so de besia ko anyabia no wo abatimi apepe aye Hilal na mpo e bia shockingly woman kwako sign ayebobo kwa fan sam ayariya sa wono baso wajiligi ni sini na so no wometumi asa Itihad one anom aye question mark ye busa e wa branano planning na no anon som kakra fi omaso ye ensom na aba onum say anima e question ni na report ameme say kan sa ani pan omo bona baso ye pa no ensom aye coach no coach boboku a ye fans Al Nassr sansene wo diri e ba sa manager no ana cheso aboama no ye kama ensom adama team no esasa over juma coach wasi ni turu kwabo manager ensom naguso oba na chesene yom konkan yom ya juma yom wasoro ensom adama boboku a ye fans no ensom chese eno aye Al Nassr ye de aye update na dia kan nyina no ensom adama ye chef enano pai awo show no Stefano Pioli no ensom ada so ya juma eno si Ronaldo amam was bema ada won kwa no edo do say wo kwa sem to social goal number 1000 and one to say what you call 931 ama say almost say akabe say 69 penalties what true ayawo target intina and one aba so shana Ronaldo say 1000 goals na mudu common anya ho ana sese kwa no na tension ewo anya ho ana cheso no enso na ni ehwe yinti asema eno post match owura ye fan se si row after so no enso a man of the match award no ono some aritu.
Do you know how many goals he scored? 69 goals to go to the 1000.
Guys, let's enjoy the moment, the present. I'm not follow 1,000. If it's yes, perfect. If it's not, not. The moment is the most special thing, not what is gonna come, you know. I enjoyed the moment. It was a great win, not because I scored, of course. I'm happy to score 2 goals against Al Hilal, but the most important is to win the derby, you know. We play against a fantastic team away. It's always difficult, and we have to appreciate, and we have to continue, because 9 games left with 1 more in the Champions League. Everything is possible. We have to continue, we believe.
Kakra free Bemen Fanasa Ronaldo Swede Banano Peno Yade update and Jack Canning announced Adema Yeba other stories also still out of football no and some minimum Mamin Florent Chimesa Sama Cracky coming now when him send one at John Natchez from SmackDown and some Basuma Kobasa Medicadia to him saying Amia Duma 19th and 20th of April and I just said Jumaria Fanasa WrestleMania no and some other cross and one at Joe woman confirm say wait and some LA Knight and Jacob Fatu. One we contested for United States championships. They say about the official Yamiya Duma WrestleMania 41 now just LA Knight and some and Jacob Fatu. One we some other contested now baby assembly I want to say and some our ring Gramadeche and Ano Pekra and some our chess again and a Kobasa CM Punk W Punk Edin Koma Punk as one our dear can say favor nam okay favor na we be any favor cross CM Punk eka say na yesem abanche na so we fan sa Paul Heyman yem so Paul Heyman so the only na konom our chess Roman Reigns or tribal chief and so corner na chess WrestleMania boss of 41 night 1 and night 2 ay action packed we be on some person to call na yem yana so Paul Heyman say we ba suave akọ ayem CM Punk akona enum ana favor na Debiano Yano Punk Ekeno ana branch when say Roman Reigns or tribal chief I say Bama come on be ante catcher on a general catcher and say and you know credit as I favor na all cano and you say obenya catcher say you know him and Jamaica for say Wontumi Kasantra CM Punk na Punk asro be asre Roman Reigns ama chese onu ya na den sanin nan na Heyman konho wababona ne ya ya CM Punk atwashe Roman Reigns asom ama chese buburu janyam ya duma WrestleMania 41 action jabetom yentia chese Paul Heyman awonem owura fan so Roman Reigns won catcher sa catcher Punk asa favor nom enya de so obenya ya mo wete amanfo appetite just say 19th and 20th of April WrestleMania 41 masa eja ebetom just saying no and some update about him sir one report to a reference Jose Mourinho okay I some weeks ago and I'm never to just one born here can say derby Istanbul area and just Jose Bekasa wabra Galatasaray from and so bench now just huri at some monkeys okay yeah discuss among for so just say rosters amateurs and former players no yebenya drop banom ane chese ebia etonnom wo nyina kase tabi wo penipo ba ko nom enso aye nipa aye manager fan say Jose Mourinho na chese wo nyina ba ba kan sa comment no wan kase sabi mo ye noi wo se mo hurihuri ate some monkeys and na kofa sama bad ye nya no say Galatasaray application omre kokota aye Istanbul Chief Public Prosecutors Office no almost say manager no oye racist chese racially wa abuse aye Galatasaray womo som abanche no yeso mo diri pasa bibia tesa bia no adebia mo say omo no am say no criminal charge ana chese womo som atimi establish na chese ne am say no som ano no enti Jose enie aye dey na won sam ana jaka ni na no ensom na dem ayenko ba mo ntina so ye womo prepare nyame ya duma womo ni bobo kwa fan say inter game abeba so no mama Thomas Müller anopai yenka bi shemum prepare ya tesa Thomas Müller the about to just officially one some adine jumadi our bamuntin abana area when some aye 25 years and Müller and some about Bavarians not just a boy no wasumpa na Müller say wono no ne nkora nim sanka bi a club no ebe stand a contract amano na am some performance catch one say woman to me sign new contract amano and some amani ye anu ntino wo respect decision bia woman some take ye na ba bia yensam de and some and say one amajatum sa wamabo testimonial game adama over fan South Thomas Müller and ya bako ana for two that bia no sa kobasa bia Müller retire nam abaso be adwuma and some time bamu chi say dem bia twam na bia ampanifo bi ya adwuma and some arama ban na wamo some arama kwan and ye to so me no ebiam and some ayam yensan say onya retire every football na mam ofi bamu chi ana kontina demensa kan sa ban for nan kasa say Adabu Thomas Müller amana find the club be on us up and the next move be on bamutin from some Adabu boy no am on some atime choose team one also penalties a beer na kwakoye Major League Soccer anymore na chese bia Müller and some other call and be so say season here we are almost ball one contract for policy and JC 25 the year 2025 one club championship and some our US no more corner one say Thomas Müller ebe sa game bi and some adiama bobokua ye fan say Bamunchen na chesa Thomas Müller no and some ebe sa match bi shara carry picture no so mawa obon sam party Müller na gina mu no a chesa no pose a chesa one ebe ball aye club championship to season there woman we are on a bamunchi for no omawie na mo de abaye ensom ane say san club championship no wonom ebe kobi ade ama oboboku a ye fa no say ban ameno kasa no ensom update ba wonsam ni nyina no ye de ema ye te for enano pay ensom awo show no so amwa womu game aba so jama musiala ensom okoko pride na onso so ne sere e kire hode no onso de ne sa to na bankum no na chesa akora so bia injuries ashase a and some pa na mama Hurricane and so didn't come our mid zone. Almost one also the American cancer, no the ice at the attorney ankle. Hurricane to the 90 fana, what the tie shot to know, almost some of the ice at my bandage and some that are fan ankle. No, not just a bama, some and not limum. Hurricanes one of the other or bomb price, be any too bad. Now next week, I'm game against Inter Milan. I a big game, no one of some other to me, Bobby. One shot 3-1 hour away, medical catch us, Ninka Osberg. 11 matches unbeaten and a bane and some last up on them. Now my manager after the game, manager Vincent Company SA woman J and a definition of near cancer quality artists and a woman some Juma Pana Yintia coach and after the game.
I think we had some good quality content in the game, and we created the bigger chances, we conceded very few chances, and it's obviously unfortunate to concede a goal how we did it. And and then I think we keep knocking away those those wins, those performances, and it puts us closer to our goal.
Can you just define quality content for you?
I think it means that whenever you have the ball, you're able to move your best players into a position where they can be dangerous, and you can see them starting to create, you can see them starting to work shots, combinations, crosses, and then okay, if this continues with the players we have, we're able to score goals, and we do it nearly every time. And defensively, I don't think we allowed anything other than, like I said, the free kick and probably one chance at the end. So, but it always gives you a chance to win games, and the amount of chances we have, then more often than not, make it a fair outcome when we win it.
We are manager fan say Vincent Company so to Ganimum yerim so money game against Inter Milan our Champions League first leg quarter-finals remuna mame on aye Jama Musiala so injury nko na onani bisana say akwara ni plano next week no woba me see game na because for now the obianim say Jama Musiala and some other misses game against Inter Milan saying and a boy ni plan SCTA yintie Bamuchin coach Vincent Company.
What is the injury that Jamal's got and likely to not make it for Tuesday?
Well, look, he held the back of his leg, so you all know what muscle type that is, and but we'll see. These things we've got We've got a very good medical team, and I'm sure that they'll do everything they can to get him back as quickly as possible, and we'll do the right analysis and evaluate the risk reward.
Just to clarify, what is the injury that Jamal's got and likely to not make it for Tuesday?
de bene e Bundesliga and monim sa Dortmund ebe kwa to Freiburg omo game no aye 130 and some match na Barcelona wo bi yanim sa bro bi Dortmund ebe kwa eta toto esisi edu wa bi omo kwa wi a wadwe so omo kwa share e bo sa omo twa watada boys ne kam area gede wo Ghana na em say Ghana mranche no mo de kam ade hey Dortmund yo ma sa na Dortmund omo nyade na mu bururu ya na so for ne say wo bo team ni dia next week our game. Wontumi team no but onu kura our match next week. We must go 20 Dortmund ewa na coach ni Nico Kovac say they want to just we must say game against Freiburg we kwa we kwhye because the moment abe kwa we betimi ya Freiburg one that the idea can say consistency abeba and what is stability out here and some security I was all to call a Barca match no so when to me ya Freiburg psychologically and kin aya wutim no enti de coach ne kan nyina say wo mo ba aya moijuik say wo mo som ba be she e wa bro mo twa ne say aya Barca game no wo mo som ba betimi a no simple e wa bro no pay no eno aya kakra fi o ma so ye ensom na de ba sansam nyina no ye de ema ye chefo ena ensom na wo show no so afei ma me mfan to wo say Manchester wo do a eno som aka wo say Barca notable games no wo ko aya Italy na ye AC Milan everybody ye Fiorentina wo mo game no aye 6:45 and some match no and some other coso San Siro ha me do to them say stadio aye Giuseppe Meazza I want and some match and eba so referee no and some aye Giovanni Airoldi ono and eba kwa kwisa game before Milan and Fiorentina early kick off no aba ko ye one number 4 o'clock dia no aye Parma and some of fie eba Inter Milan na Inter dia no aye referee aye fan say Daniele Doveri ono ensom bade be kwa kuri sa game no na Inter match no kwa dia me say kan say players bi so kwa kopronsa Denzel Dumfries akopra ma me fan shem am say yes Simone Inzaghi enwa wo try Carlos Augusto our right a che say one Matteo Damiano betinam ensom bade ama Matteo Damiano wa bra je tan say Denzel Dumfries no one som kwa kopra che say yam bisak money ade na che say rotational policy ensom ya juma nyame ya dem na medono so metesa wo try cross Jan Aslani and I can chala no gulu omo nyina no and some I likely say wo mo some betimi abam aches and also I update and no free omaso de banana player ya the sansam nyina no and some de ema wotena wo mo big matches about our Italy no make out say Bobokua ya fan Atalanta Elba Lazio and no I 4 o'clock and you me ana fe Bobokua ya fan say Roma wo mo and Juventus ababa nyuma I 6:45 and run your first Andrea Colombo and also other crocodiles game and also other course and we call a Premier League game man also a sword day early kick off yana ha jumpa na yabisa Arsenal for general and you be a more question more Everton no mo na striker ana Everton so dia betonum ene Tarkowski was a wopinka na Tarkowski mo ball 11 die 30 and no pay some our goodison ho Arsenal and kwa away was our Champions League ba anya bia no mo ba rotate mo squad no and some kon all out way down England and I just say what some other jinama toyram and some our summer mo na Crystal Palace ababa Brighton and what Ipswich ababa Wolves Bobokua your fan West Ham and Bournemouth ababa and Sana Aston Villa and some and Nottingham Forest game no and some Basso and 4:30 nyame ya mo tena Sunday area and Brentford Everton fie na oko ayani I can say G-Tech aye community stadium ho and Brentford omoni Chelsea team no and some ababo referee no aye Michael Oliver Fulham and some our fie woman and Liverpool abo our Crawling Cottage owura fan sa Chris Cavana nyame ya duma watena on kwakoti ya Tottenham ebody e Tabobokua ya fan Southampton we game no so Michael Salisbury ebedi na nyame ya mo tena Manchester Derby and some atwa so United ewo fie we mo ball Man City game no across some Old Trafford owura ya fan so John Brooks ono and some other center referee amasa game na medical dey to just no and some abaso yenko ayesa match no dia when him say German say kan nyina no say ayana man for peace say ayin Anna Arsenal game against Real Madrid, you know, and Anna just big game and a fine here. Kwasi hini adete say Wontumi come akokwe to say say am say just Arsenal crowd here. What Wontumi anshamadu we say be say na German second say enra wo training session cross so many jarama kwan shaka benya Arsenal I was so bama me ankwara ne bi nie bakom aye Andri Harman Anus only your training ana Jimmy Goa one so your training enra just so mu nyina am perform and some makabo mu training ye na manager fans are take say jobe so kan nyina say wo Champions League game against Real Madrid no wo bi yanum say Madrid aye opponent ono mu chia ya na wan kasa kwa woni agese woni Madrid and some other ball ana bensa training ba kubusa no say e na was Arsenal aye and say no so atimi ahye boboku a your fans say Madrid and wo say debi kan and some and say wo mo be better than Real Madrid wo man better than Real Madrid wo man je oma abilities ani wo man je oma kasam wo so ni mo so our advantage na yiri a na chese na nya de sa game no wo so ebetimi ahye no de wo diri ba say decisive moment our sam match no mo ho and also Arsenal e man county e so se bia na just a moment o man county a e be koye so ade ama utim no na manager no there's a training in the Busan, sir. I Champions League on also. Champions League matches there. Yana decide our box in the move. Nasa Madrid, 18 box in the mass and a coach in the canal. And to her, Nicolas almost says a bomb become Marino Nom and a chess of Bukau Saka Ba. I good news and a Sanya Marino. I box man would decide. Now almost sounds Ayabiano Madrid a game. I a big game. I just say I had the biggest game this week. And what's the derby? One more game so I had a mobile. Nano Peno, young coach and a fan, sir, Mikel Arteta.
This game surely is Real Madrid and not Everton. Is that right or wrong?
No, that's wrong. For the biggest game for us is Everton, and the best way to prepare to Real Madrid is to do what we have to do to beat Everton.
Why is that?
Because this is football, it's an emotional game, and you have to continuously do what you have to do, and you cannot be thinking ahead. The competition, the level, how the teams are prepared is too big to think that way. You cannot allow yourself to think that way.
The biggest game surely is Real Madrid and not Everton. Is that right or wrong?
I guess Real Madrid and the manager say one more biggest game early, one more born early kickoff, and then I pay 11:30 Ghana time now. Test manager I didn't something in other tutor. Now everybody can be told Gary come and say lines in front of Bass. I'm pay Bobo Quiet fan Sam. I have Brighton. I'm coach. I have Fabian Hausler. Now I'm your manager as we stay only by Biako. When you send your issue be anyhow Manchester so company. German can say look show where your option. Edman Yamia Mochana Sante Omugama Ebas Lumono, Yasin Manchester for the Benya, and Kamama look show ate, Omugama against Lyon Essence, Woman from G Europa, and at the moment to met me at G Europa, no, this Omuchi Lyon for so Lyon game next week, and a Samachano, and also Baswa, Yared manager Robin Amorim, and some Abaya, now manager Robin Amorim, and Central for Busansa, who body at Man City, Udi Kelka away, my first leg, Okoshay, no be now so the announcement will be on na Man City no man koye problems and I question say Man City problems na Manchester problems no such a Man City for the ti mu amatu yam so and City wo da how mu koye ha unko bia fo na so kwa na bia wo yakua na omo problems no so papa na so nya twa mo kwasha Man City no mom wo mo ogiri say bia otena game no and some a different game altogether. Young United coach Ruben Amorim
focus on our problems. I think we have bigger problems than Manchester City. They had that run in that moment, but they improved. They can play in different ways. It's really hard to understand how and to think how they are going to face us. So they have maybe the best coach in the world. So they have top players. So it will be a difficult match. But like I said, I'm so focused on improving my team that I'm not worried about the improvements of Manchester City. Just try to understand how Manchester City is going to play to help my players to be on top of their game. more focus on our problems. I think we have bigger problems than Manchester City.
Except Emma Yetil for another pay live on Wontumi 101.3 FM, live on Wontumi TV. Make us a digital satellite in no Juma Facebook, Wontumi TV na YouTube no, and some Janamna. Mame Victor Osimhen, answer Osimhen, Jan Emma the discuss Saudi Ediano. Now, yes, Manchester for a catch Osimhen say, one, and I just a prioritario, I am number one option at the Manchester United and a striker now. Man, you for an unfunctioning team say, one, I not just a bakupe and one was Simeno, not the Amos are running in a banner said development. Say, answer no be able to say, I burn or support Chelsea now. When you're Chelsea about committee, say, yes, Chelsea in pen funny be say, and Jackson, Montemon, I was so Jackson, yeah, and Jackson are progressing to some man a timer. Ebekoya Tinuka Sabia, Womukofu be Emani Panabay number one. I was some probably not signing panel and some other Jackson competition. And 10 years, and no Simeno, I'm so for now, dear Uncle. One more Chelsea for the Sabia Betimiama, and your Simon and a simple player for Jackson competition. I am my Edika Bomudia Chosa, Liam Delap, Benjamin Sesko, Yakatro, Victor Giocaris, Alexander Isaac, Ediano, woman says Alexander Isaac, I Newcastle, Abama Quanquandia, and your ever BM Ama Chelsea for no Swasha, and Unti and Amen, Emsa by Manchester for Siena Tedia, what was some number to many a smooth run, and some other boy, so now Mama Enzo Maresca, Yamia Motuna, Mukabo Brentford, and Yabisa many Janasa, Sana Musa Preposi, game Ed Game Papa, Nam Uyo be our Brentford, Wabo Sampa, game Ed Game Pa, Yentio coach, Enzo Maresca.
For sure, it will be very tough. You see, last night they lost Newcastle away, but it was a tough game. But I think from now on, every game they're gonna be tough. It's difficult. It's difficult. We are probably the only team, us and Tottenham. I don't know if they play Sunday or I don't know when they play. So for us, it will be more difficult. But now it's also a matter how we manage the tidiness. We need to recover energy and we need to go again on Sunday. Yeah, no, for sure it will be very tough. You see last night they lost Newcastle away.
Transfer market na manager na you find a Pep Guardiola obey busy papa na siri for board na be hu wo mo maso mo to number 10 for na sa dwade na number 10 and was so me because aye dan Man City ababa wo be am say coming to bring at the so many be we bra ye be we season am for bonaba so ni ade ye just start to emma no san komo ni no manager so no ya we dada said to bring one mo we season on trust no ya we a check akra entabia enwa ana odi announcement abaya momote na on goalkeeping situation okay sir mabeka so mo so mo ja Ederson ekwan na Ederson no so mo ja no kwan ni nyina no wo mo fuso kwa na nkabia number 1 Stefan Ortega and some betra ya adwuma no pa okay sir dubabi ma wo service situation bi na chess Ederson kwa kodwa so prefri mu na o mo bo ayo Ortega baso na ase ye mon Ederson kwa dimbiam akofan sampi abai na so na ye betesa Liverpool for say wo mo Ortega report am say kan say just bia Pep as sana adwen say manager na sana adwen dia wo mo nton Ortega e ma boy no nkoda bia na Liverpool team no ansam abi mu wogiri say ye ka Ballon d'Or dia na ne ye say Mohamed Salah wo ye out mama Aston Villa akwada na fan Amadou Onana din komo no wasora wo ka the toughest opponent awon na shia say ye directly o say indirect o say den masa wo say aye Salah din wa twere no say hey akwa we ball wo say na wo hine papa aye no shion no ko aye no shion no twam a just when you be show say o marking no so anyo no na ma wo gina pitch no so wo hu bi na wo say ball na Salah e ball say Salah to so say ya dey aye Ballon d'Or sam tan ye kai wo say your Ballon d'Or season and a Salah e betnya Amadou Onana no antimu am boy Mbappe and Vinicius mama kan dey wo say unu ya to so say ya Ballon d'Or season yenti Amadou Onana.
Toughest opponent. I didn't play directly against him, like not on a 1v1, but we played against Liverpool. Okay. And I think Mo Salah at the minute is just the main man. Yeah. I'd say, yeah.
How difficult is it to play against him when he's just in the form of his life?
He's really rapid, sharp. He's got the finish, skillful. I think he's got it all. I think if he carries on what he's doing, I think this might be a Ballon d'Or season.
Really?
Yeah.
Next one, toughest opponent.
I didn't play directly against him, like not on a.
Bema twas to say idea. Na just a Ballon d'Or season, and when you call La Liga and more report on the second Sakwadana, you found Nico Williams, said he can't have to just say Arsenal, Edin Commerce, and drop Belta and in charge. Now, by the Macachos, when you're Arsenal or Bobo, when you're Bass and Swabo says, sending you a Sikasam, Bass or Masso says, you know, one of your work, Dalamia, Communion, and your honor attention, you know, and some when I Jamaican sa bebao amo president aye Jean Uriarte owano and yes what ya kwa to twasa boy no someone new contract na se be amo tetare nche na ye pen nyano eno som be sizie na domo kan nyano sa akoda no we are very relaxed o hwe pressure bia na no so ana chese ni future so be stay ana so be ko ade na chese boy no e bia onya happy ntomo de wo ma so mo trauma akoda no som stay na Real Madrid no omo ye training for mommy wonum sana ensuo to na wadanom ayade sa no tempa Mbappe num any boys aka no na chesem omo training session na yade ensom akoso training na bi na German second nyina no sa enuma course eno ani based on reporter ye second de ebepa nyina no wonum sam na manager no betia changes dintia make us coach no. It's about changes anyway. Real boys in the training they been here just remember say no bia body jacket any adiama and you man some finance am team no make say Lucas Vasquez about 2 1 so no na say clubs now identify how say where the weakest link and some am team no or no and about 2 Vasquez about na just who Asensio Rudiger no Modric about Vinicius no and make say coach no be say we roster aye Jude Bellingham so Bellingham bia bon wa bopa ana Valverde so bossa antina yesi say Bema fan say Bellingham ebenya chance and arrest wo mo de na kwakotwe Arsenal game sa na be kodia na na chance Bema ntimi mo ene game and so na be koso bi na report amenya san Antonio Rudiger no wo say Real Madrid are say Chelsea no your class ni pi e won ma oye player nam udu ebia 30s ekwa wo mo contract abroso and so ebia best 1 year obo kra mo time 119 German second sir Real Madrid empire ready say be owura no wo ma extending beyond aye 2026 na chese ono Parudi ga on the 30s na so Real Madrid pese omo anka so mo mra wo mo esigu na Rudiger enya more than 1 year na eno aye normal contract dawo erema player wo call 30s enso emu na Rudiger season wey Bola wabo just wash Jesse I the worst match I was Real Madrid atade yes 5-2 4-0 no o so me kan hu de mbesa me kire e classico bi na ba ku ye league ba ku ye super copa de España wo mo show mo 5-2 and 4-0 no wo sen taba sen so be Real Madrid atade the worst ever game I don't know just a player ye for so Rudiger no and some abo na and now omo run se kon bia so trouble no am so be a can trouble me can just Real Madrid for no so say wo mo so taba tumi age na Barca so be changes essence wo mo so Dortmund na metese ebia Lewandowski ebetimi started here Ferran Torres ebe maintaining the position against Aye Betis and ya dia manager no some contemplating to Hong Kong and ebia twetwe aso kakra mami coach no say wo mo botane say na omo 15 matches and sana ye season no ana Sebastian so 15 matches and sana ye season dia ni automatically matches akọ league no mo bo na omo the Champions League ni na so no mo say the Copa del Rey and some body association to coach and say tell Gaetano say woman other bomb matches and Marco 15 and sana ye season yentie Hansen Flick.
If I always want to win win matches and so our goal is to play 15 more matches. This is our goal, and if we reach this, I'm really happy, and this is what I dream. 15 more matches for this team, for this club, and for the fans. It will be great, and then we had a fantastic season. Always think positive. I always want to win, win matches, and so our goal is to play 15 more matches. This is our goal. And
but behind you now, Jamaican sir, Testigan so say or montage me pana. Once a chefs me a year, Jumane form a year kama. Now the best one can answer your strong personality now. What we could say a year Testigan sir. Now yes, also the Champions League or Omuko do final level duono. Nam Wabobina Obabobi is what you say. One more a year, Chesa Jasmine, a different register anymore. And send on me register. I'm Wabona. No cry. I don't say assassin on person be commenting. And you can cross some discount come on. Now Lami Jamal Sodiano report to me America the about 2018 and no I July not just Aquadano I was so so I stand in a contract call I 2030. No but about two just a boss a sick as some and the La Liga for start and woman to mean guarantee and I say won't to mean can say chinchina I was Lami Jamal Estente, and this our balance books me ye. Essence and crowd perfect more and than almost Jacka could be all dear. Yes, a boss of one say Omu GDMapa. So I did be also me a Biama Lami Jama contract no a better guaranteed sender one balance books and you may come. Woman to me stand Yakana until 2030 no woman some Abayamate yes in Liverpool and a man seen from some monitor the elko Lami Yamada names hey Jamada Motemedasia Branama mu probia monitor come on tell me Yamada one of us I come to stadium the register Basa Bejala me Yamama yes in Liverpool man phone as I say I'm some money Abraham money table and on some night I can film table Basa for say one Yamal Abaya one of the highest paid players and some our bouncer Mabeka Chopin and almost says Sisubium Nina no I update by yes in the mark woman catch a Basa for say VIP seat no our Spotify come you know when we see install a young Konya honey saying we are by a fair to say over feel comfortable just some picture and shack the kind of buy shack some VIP seat in Ankasa now I'm say ultimatum some pa what VIP seat what am I picture no and some we are saying a band to say akunamum I come I just enjoy pa yes say woman catch a president to say the next 3 months actually before the month of June, the 30th of June, woman some April, and tell you by May, June, Biade, no man install a VIP sitting area. Woman, ya per se, Kim, Basa return it to 1:1. Nyamiyadma summer market and ye be because Makacha Sam Pamoko a VIP seat no on my transaction area. Almost sham kunyani pa and one no not just one return to 1:1 and also kakre from us where and eba send something now no ya de ema ye take for another person I was show no so na demonstrate can say and yes Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Jojo Fulani and some our problem relationship na say and it won't sha Ebema Milan Bobo Kono Aqua News Sporting Director and some Adiaba Milan Omutimimo Thiago Motta a breaky and silence and Juventus Apamo no and now no Cassian sa Antonio Conte one of the catchers or your favorite say yes Conte one Napoli no one also Napoli who Drake Krabi pa while burn yes or reference Andra one of I former president Senan Comotenia cancer veto after so Omotiasi women coach Juve Biamu da yes in the current management say Bama and you na mobile said I say around Juventina a crown bound Quadi Antonio Conte no woman some I never back I'm an ababa Jumano I'm a Juve now Thiago Motta say one will buy a sign 3-year contract and now I'm a target and say we don't qualify for Champions League Jumai and no Guswa Brian and Panfano Pamono now a Jitum Sabia Naman for Recas I and there be Anquani Adana Janaman for a Kabiasa or no when he plays no more Kuntoka Wamutia Drangmas and Yano Kura da high and Central for the come true was saying players no munina okay or no Bia Kama what we cross say Waka try taking Yakodano Canan Jodes some men know so you mercy unya bona passe was one on Kabi da and Trakodano and Musan say story now you buy a better just yes Cristiano drink poly I catch your son or you're ashamed one no I just want follow cry so what you Jumana I am pa was so new baby crow anu time okura wo se sporting director ne kan sa asem no kire onu coach na ye fa no mota enye no kuro na ye nsem no mote no wai wonu wuro na nim koma ma asem bi etesa kura mpiam da no so nei ma fa asem no ade akekere na be kabia ama chesa no so aba be kakra free wo enso ade eba wo beto de zelbi ma se coach no say woman boys na din komo weekend o meshe wom game against Toulouse sa team owner Frank Marcotte and no bedru aye France waba be hwe match ni bia no ball stadium ana coach no so and you may cross wo say Monday wa kasa when you train on boys ne kata ebe ni na wa ginger boys ne kom bia so wom be hwe aye Toulouse just say woto power bra no so kema and some Labako Sunday no and to start Laurent Valadrome Jeminya say game against Toulouse no yes aye sold out we and some anaba chesempra eto so makomako 14th you start season match so mabo e wo fie no we come makomako 14 and I sold out hey am for hwieska na Paris Saint-Germain wo so say we must start to cry your merchandising no say be a t-shirt be brand e be a champions of a league and say be a friendly champagne no we must say branded t-shirt no and be a near kan say mufflers no and santa no dia kan nyina no we mo yes brand no nyoma no enso aka ya the update Emma Yetef and I pay and some our show so Shadrach for a Memphis Grizzlies akwada na fans Ja Morant and some mama 2 days ago and I'm back at us wakoko and sa a finger gun gesture na said wow so say ututu and the actual Warriors on team so to be another team the NBA I find it Ja Morant $75,000 ufri mufia next time won't go side the no so no I just so for side Dwight Howard and so no the can say Oman Dantino, Naismith, Basketball Hall of Fame, class of 2025, you know, 8-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, 2020 NBA Champion, what Olympic gold medal, I'm a team USA, and now we're fan say Dwight Howard, and some induction, I can Hall of Famer, Waba baby, and also I don't know, young fan saying Alphabet from an iron twasso.
Send the idea in the BBR no. Se majen kwa yo wanweni sanete oni moadie nyina
yes
ento aswana
oh ma we singa to register wana
senye Yesu adomo oh Jesus
wo back in Shadrach you know projected me betting course na mama e ma ko 9 and then 5 you about 5
you run in Iti this time
matches around, to so
sa we are not joking at all.
Iti me some more team na da so no Facebook da so and afi YouTube so da so e di ka bo e di amamo nti 1A52 E270 1A52 E5 5B 1A52 E790 1A52 EA01 1A52 DD4E I know I have 5 course I will bet 20 young Romay Miza
yes fancy ma yencheti for another weekend yeah the games you know preview nyina bebrew but my many can name come always say on say you kasa bi e kan say a jack of all trade but a master of none. You see that particular phrase and refer to a lot of players in and around Europe. But there is one particular player or defy this particular kind of phrase I tied about whom I personally believe is or a jack of all trade, but he's a master of every single one of them, which is Thomas Müller.
Okay.
Yet make us a Thomas Müller, a jack of all trade and a master of every single one. They say across the front line, which is say an attacker. What in the ball right winger, Obama numbers. What in the ball left winger, Obama numbers. What in the ball central attacking midfielder, Obama numbers. What in the ball number 9, Obama numbers. But fancy, another question we will ask this morning here say Thomas Müller. Is he one of the most underrated players because in every single discussion we make, and now Kevin De Bruyne in the letter about he said, "Team no, year season now on to us be moved from Manchester City.
Yes.
Then the next morning, there's also another player on also Babonting. Ebekatre say, fancy. On also no season no query ya.
On a buying for
a week.
But Obeko Club.
But Obeko Club World Cup nibi. There's a reason why he wants to go to the Club World Cup. And there's a reason why Bayern Munich will have to rely on him at the Club World Cup. But fancy, the jack of all trade and the master of every single one, Thomas Müller. Your friend and I refer to him as a player or an interpreter of space. I'm so happy and at the same time sad. I'm so happy near say. I did also be my Bayern Munich now. Why the amomo? I did also be the German national team BBB. Why the amomo? But I'm sad that such kind of player no who do saying within this particular system. Who Thomas Müller? How many types of Thomas Müller in your world football we see? He's one of a kind. He's not your ultimate playmaker or bad dribble giddy bebre skill set, but are you effective and efficient in his own way? That is Thomas Müller, ROM data, interpreter of space. Fancy, just when you to Kruna fan to. I'm celebrating a legend because Thomas Müller a player bakwa onye extravagant. Onye de bebrebe say onamabonti no bi ehu only when the body shape no crown the way and the physics city. Oh, Thomas Müller, the because Thomas Müller crown footballer.
Yes.
The one why any three Thomas Müller said the 90s, the 80s, the 70s players. If you want a true representative of players or Omusia Kaima, West Germany, East Germany, even in the 1990s and the early 2000s now. Everything fits as a your old player. Fancy for 16 seasons in the Bundesliga. Wontumi accumulated double digits when it comes to goals in 7 seasons out of the 16 seasons. Wontumi accumulated not less than double, 10 assists, 11 assists, 12 assists out of the 16 seasons. You know, Emu 12. Thomas Müller ma double digits in terms of assists. Your ultimate creative force, your ultimate goal scorer. What driving under how many coaches? Louis van Gaal introduced Thomas Müller. And then Bayern Munich. Jürgen Klinsmann ever fan Bobo senior team ni back from the junior team. But open coach or pushing the power man a consistent playing time and Louis van Gaal. Now fancy under Louis van Gaal or fitting into the system and or as the number 10. No, certainly as the first number 9.
Yes.
First number 9, you himself Pep Guardiola money Messi mu be yebi, but Mula mo shall say yebi, ebrebi and etwem. And Sama even the likes of coaches be by day, ebe susu bi. Odi anoto nchen obo under coaches be to say Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, different types of philosophies. Obi no wotimi bench Thomas Müller. Guardiola crowd oba no for 3 not Thomas Müller bo as a winger. But here now the Thomas Müller bo as a winger. Thomas Müller and Lewandowski going to be contributing 74 goals. And I so much love him because from other playmakers. The first World Cup, our boy, no, 2010 World Cup. Your boy World Cup, you know, I 5 goals. Thomas Müller, yes, I'm about 2014 World Cup. Almost every World Cup, no, so not Thomas Müller has 5 goals. Obia Bisana Thomas Müller, the born of Crobon, and say with Team Limoa. I say, on Kwadi, the Biana Beton, he is not lucky. And Osha Bono, so I say, Busquets, Mudini be on Shaden. Who know? You will not see Thomas Müller, who know. It's not a normal friend interpreter or it all space. On only the NSM to Kron fan to Thomas Müller will be there. Sato Kronos so Thomas Müller nyako jinema. Either he assist and also be go. Thomas Müller goes now or send soon goes Abeka so a tapping merchant. Thomas Müller or one of the good long range shooters in Libino. Otimi Jinet no aboba ko sra. He assists so when he has been the leader of the old generation, he has also been the leader of the new generation. Because Bayern Munich team no more Frank Ribery, no more Iron Robin, Abraham Osawa be team in 2009-2010. He became a leader of the old generation by giving them goals and giving them assists. And then Frank Ribery munyi na free team nim koy. and he also became the leader of the new generation of Bayern Munich. Robert Lewandowski musuba team nimu ebe form onto ma party fry a lot of goals. Leroy Sané mobile, Serge Gnabry mobile. He was also still the leader of the new generation. It is probably what me bridging the gap between the old generation of Bayern Munich and the new generation of Bayern Munich. Fancy Thomas Müller has been there. Not to even talk about the loyalty to Bayern Munich. How many times do you see players sticking to one club for a long period of time? Francesco Totti, Steven Gerrard, Alessandro Del Piero. In terms of players, you're from one club players. The loyalty to these particular teams, cannot be unmatched.
Yes.
Now we are who say Cassano, any Francesco Totti. A interview, I know catch Francesco Totti. Say Francesco Totti. Say Binadri Nyeduma. Say Adea Real Madrid ban who maybe a term no sanko Jaho Nanko Real Madrid. Nanko Koji crew bebre. I know Francesco Totti say on uni reasi or buy no. Wa achieving your bebre, but the bakwa. Or Kaya de be a city 3 men there, and yes, say Ocha a lot of years. AS Roma as the captain of the team. It's not about trophies. So playing at one club, sometimes the feeling that it comes with, it's not about trophies. The feeling that it comes with, it's not all about individual accolades. The feeling that it comes with, it's not all about Martina Hanum 16 years and 17 years. But there's so much kind of love and attachment to such clubs. You can't quantify it with money. You can't quantify it with trophies. And a match made in heaven. Thomas Müller will be the happiest man on earth. Say, Otnani Krum, Obobono, no Boni, or Jim Crew Wadie. But at the end of the day, Obetimaka say he's a player who have seen it, who have played it, and he has conquered it. And I'm so happy, say Ofri, and as a summary, Ofri on him say what me is handle my winning now, Ediama Bayern Munich. But fancy, it's so unfortunate. Say his style of play, everything he truly represents, and very difficult to have such a player within our system again. Your ultimate space eater, your ultimate playmaker, your ultimate goal scorer. He was everything, a jack of all trade and a master of every single position at the Thomas Müller. We will miss him. Kebe here na bi aka World Cup in 2026. On no kasa na Barcelona for no be Philip Bruta go ko watrabasa for the years to
Champions League draw the buyer.
No di ka be video kra the ababonte. You be me say how he was and everything. But the Club World Cup will also be the pinnacle of something he will want to achieve. Obobia obe kompapa. Club World Cup no obe kompapa. Because that will literally be on the last major tournament or better Bayern Munich about Adiamano. If we are seeing our playmakers about Kevin De Bruyne in Europe, I think Thomas Müller gives us a different thing altogether. And penny numbers, any the figures, not the amount. I don't think we can talk about top 5 ultimate playmakers in the whole wide world. In the from there 2009, 2010, the Bayern near Thomas Müller and count.
Okay.
From 2009 2010, that means 15 years in here. Your ultimate football playmakers, top 5. Thomas Müller is there. He is there, simple cry. When you he has seen it. What BPR, World Cup, no, Wajigo kid, best young player in Germany, Bundesliga, there's no question about this. And he is there. Fancy. Away from celebrating Thomas Müller, leagues in the yeshe and the run in na ye na say no. Emma the competition level ne kosoro. Competition level ne kosoro so na sacrifices be important. Sacrifices is important in this particular kind of discussion and na eye den. The time make sacrifices near say obi finding himself in a top competition. Obi finding himself in the league competition. And also finding himself in a intercontinental competition. For example, Real Madrid finds himself in the final of the Copa del Rey. They find themselves in the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League. And in the league, Barcelona actually 3 points. The same thing applies to Barcelona. There is Inter Milan on also league or Copa Italia. And also the league must all press over day or BGDS. So UCL, League and Copa Italia. It takes a lot of sacrifice for teams or more opportunity to win trouble at this stage, to go forward and compete at every single front of these competitions. For example, Paris Saint-Germain, now in the league, now in Coupe de France, and at the same time in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And your mamiensa, ebe determine Sanyoma way in your decision to sacrifice. One, they be amekasa about the quality of your squad depth. And it's very important at this stage of the season. How to balance your squad quality. What the Bible League? What the Bible Champions League? Now the Bible Cup games. Bible Cup games in the move. But Champions League in the league in the CC attention also. It is CC ano oye Real Madrid da. Nyame adome ne. Real Madrid in Valencia nebo. Valencia is one of the bad away performance in the league. Fancy almost time when you are waiting.
The last time I'm share Madrid.
Almost share Madrid crampa.
I'm say 2-7.
But you see on the baby I'm a match when some for attention but also kakani say. Real Madrid were a crucial away Champions League game against Arsenal Bonyame Atoma in the midweek. A crucial Champions League.
Sorry to cut you, but me Arsenal also not the old discuss here. Ne ka se bia bimbe rest place ne ade. Arsenal for line up omo de ball Everton 11:30 no. Also more rest Thomas Partey. A two squad my goalkeeper David Raya, Ben White, William Saliba, Jacob Kivio, Miles Lewis Skelly, Jorginho, Mikel Merino, Ebo, Anna Declan Rice, Ebo, Ethan Nwaneri, Estati, Raheem Sterling, Estati, Saka to bench, Friday will come.
So there are certain key decisions you need to take at this season. But fancy, but the Real Madrid did not say it's a league in the Barcelona 26 points. How coaching away? And now say Obobo League in no close gap now or maintaining gap no. Then in the Champions League in the first leg you go and get results be against Arsenal. Then Bernabeu no. But I believe Carlo Ancelotti with too much experience in some of these situations. Fancy. Now, no, once a commentator be was a journalist be kubusa and say lineup, and also know the number of lineups are why when you are so buying. That's super. What Champions League as a player, what Champions League as a coach, what managing at the top flight for so many seasons. He has been in this situation for so many seasons. Fancy. I strongly believe that this is what Carlo Ancelotti will do. Obe fielding in Vinicius, Obe fielding in Mbappe, Obe making sure say within the first half no Real Madrid will finish off the game. Tibia Obe Hanimu say Vinicius, Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham. Boys ne be chase ne no mabɔ gum 2-0. Omo se 2-0 na no arejo omo no the other Gula ne Hendrick mo abeye den. Abewe game no matimi age omo home. Carlo Ancelotti is not going to risk the league at this stage of the season. Set 3 points between Ono and Barcelona. No be dredre ho, no be ginegine nyoma, na nyoma ko fana say derby. Real Madrid to win this particular game against Valencia. Anytime goal scorer, make for Jude Bellingham or Kylian Mbappe in this particular encounter. There is also going to be Barcelona also with the same position. Barcelona no go against Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund who ne Barcelona team ne dey fancy. Dortmund we omo nye team o metima ha Barcelona bebrebe in the Champions League. And Barcelona attack no so goals pa. Say no say oh Robert Lewandowski did not see nchen. There is Ferran Torres and Anu Mebe catch say or average goal every single 81 minutes. It is a Lewandowski crampo no all resting on for Borussia Dortmund game now. There is Ferran Torres on no betima goals. And then Ubetima Kasa will bench Yamal. Yamal Nebeja Tumso will bench na. Then Barcelona is going to go with a different kind of attack. Where Ubetima filled Pablo Torre. And then Kulano Munina in the Muno and the Rafinha Sababe Kawana. Rafinha will play from the right wing. No Akati in. Then Torres will play from the other hand side of the pitch. No, the Sababe Nyani goes. And now Ferran Torres and the Krabetima called the left wing. Because he will say under Xavi Hernandez, Ferran Torres no almost as you as a winger. Now there is Casado, Frankie de Jong betima tenanchen. Then Casado will come into this team against Real Betis. Casado no amafo beka say oh be against Real Betis so metwa fa no so derby wey akoda wabo Clasico and dominating Real Madrid midfield omukuta Chouameni, Obopa, Camavinga, Valverde. He is going to be there. To bet my bench Frankie de Jong. I'm a Casado no Obama na boniye. And never if he said there is Gavi. Gavi so bet me ababo ababe boniye. It's Barcelona. I want the men to play. Barcelona were the men to get results against Real Betis. Me sure so almost so international set 3 points no. Omo hwe ama Real Madrid abe close the gap. Barcelona will also win this particular weekend. Anytime goal scorer meko Ediama Rafinha and Ferran Torres for Barcelona. Fancy away from the Spanish La Liga. Now in the Italian Serie A, Inter so finding itself in the same position. Amone Parma. There is something we call in the Italian Serie A the Seven Sisters of the Italian Serie A. The Seven Sisters of the Italian Serie A between 1990s Bano. Ebesi Tamaka show policy with the Italian Serie A. It's your traditional club view amune kuta Italian Serie A ni disi omabeti. It's time ebo Italian antino. Ni most of the top quality players of mobile World Cup ni bia no munesi aka with the Italian Serie A. Marco van Basten.
Wontumi,
Diego Armando Maradona. Omunyina ano omoba no. Na ohebe bi omusi akan na say Italy ball no was at the peak of its affairs. Now omo je say ni munyam de ma Italian football no. No mo yes 7. Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus, Fiorentina, Roma, Lazio and Parma. It's in your form with the Seven Sisters of the Italian Serie A, because the golden era of Italian Serie A, where the World Cup was also hosted in Italy in Italy 90, these clubs became also the Italian Serie A through club results, continental results, and every single thing we are no more, even in buying players are being league. Benesha Brenti, Parma da form say tam, and a Parma. Nani mo nyama na ekutano no.
Barca de Fermin Lopez na beso ka because Casado is injured.
Yes, Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez. And Fancy, share the form of Parma, because the Seven Sisters of Italian football and the last dude asujina na so onya hwe krado tibi bo.
Yeah.
Roma era asujina na so. Juventus asujina na so. Inter ni AC Milan aso bo ma de. What did they mention as in Fiorentina aso so compete. There's a Parma and Kwana and Nimguas here deny day at the Nako form. But trust you me, Inter Milan, our quality squad depth. Because o check even their back five now. Or Bisek on only to be as a centre back. Or Benjamin Parva or Timibo as a centre back. There's Bastoni or Francesco Acerbi. And also Stefan Divide or this team. Even if so or decided say or bench some because doing the Coppa Italia semi-final. Acerbi and starting game no. Or second half of the game cry. So Francesco Acerbi have opportunity. Say or starting this game Yama is Inter Milan Abra in the midweek no, they'll have to relax and find a way to get results. Also we'll try Carlo Augusto. With the wing back. Or more the men. Say no or decided Lautaro Martinez enter bench. Or mona there's Marco Anatovic. Oh, no bit mama be shame dia mom. There's Marcus Thuram no bit menya goals no so dia mom. Se Carlos Augusto no kwampo ban fifi na ene. So benching Nicolo Barella kwampo there's Davide Fratesi. It's Inter Milan so quality squad depth or meet media results e dey tia e Parma whilst they have another look at the UEFA Champions League.
Squad depth,
quality. It's not about the quantity, quality. Omo obi ho. It's Inter Milan there no. Call Inter Milan straight win against Parma and Inter Milan to win either half against Parma. Anytime goal scorer no, obetima call Edia Marco Anatovic and I said Marcus Thuram in this particular encounter. Away from that, AC Milan bebo fie de tia Fiorentina. Fiorentina for ne tight na AC Milan na die super. Sedu consensa wa adwuma wa beye ni nyina. Sisi am ne edu enwoma mienu na betima save na adwuma. The Edikan, say league no obetime remu into European qualification zones, especially with the top 4 or even enter the top 7. And I know how Europa League ni binadi akwakusi wonum. And now say obeji the Coppa Italia. Already the Coppa Italia the first leg na end in 1-1. Say Inter any AC Milan e stadium no e di home and away dressing room yesesa ne keke. But the same pitch. At the same stadium, it is a AC ni ball fear. Not the end is also ball fee. Inter no crab ball away. On also the end is all ball fee. It's a mummy no. The return leg of the Coppa Italia na kwa kwese a fear affair. And no mummy no be delayed with. So new mummy no and a bit me save Sergio Conceição. But what take Fiorentina last resort so many na. They've managed to get crucial results in the last few games. And consistently, they believe so Omubeti had the opportunity at the room to the European places. I qualify for the Europa League or even qualify for the UEFA Champions League. There is hope at the end of the tunnel, or there is light at the end of the tunnel. It almost about one reason why ha AC Milan yepa. But Sergio Conceição will run any more ofie ne de. Now no the run a Nibra City abana omuni European game biabo. AC Milan ni pressure biada almost. They will go all out in this particular game against Fiorentina to play it safe. This is a game about ending in over 1.5. But also I call AC Milan to win either half, and I call AC Milan straight win against Fiorentina. So Obubetima BB ene ejetia Fiorentina. Milan. Wontumi enko like 3 or 4 games. Abro almost struggle to win game. They will step up this time around, but open is safer, con over 1.5. But you can risk it by going for AC Milan straight win or AC Milan to win either half. Or more than men, Santiago Jimenez, Kyle Walker, Loftus-Cheek. These guys will need to do better, and I'm sure today they will step up. A big game, they will step up. Meaning someone is a king but trust you me, AC Milan playing under the lights, it will feel AC Milan will start tall.
Fantastic
form. Fantastic form. Solid form. Malik Thiamu Edumaye and Enyumri. But I think they have the chance to step up. Then there's going to be a Atalanta and Lazio. So game winning, they are not Taiko Cones. Atalanta and Lazio for the Ometima Bugoles cry. This game is in there. Men Kombi are Cones. But Roma and Juventus. This is a game at Thiago Motta and Okoye, and who say I go to the first game, we need by 1-0.
The new manager
bounce. So when a test for him. Big test for him. So Obetimena results. Edieta Claudio Ranieri's AS Roma. Paulo Dybala struggle with injury kakra. But I think sir Lorenzo Pellegrini they always step up a blame wire ding. So Obetimena results Eddie Ama AS Roma. But we say top players in the Juventus team at the commercial Akatron said they will need to do something for the team this season. Abra season ever it's Kenan Yildiz this time around he will need to step up and make sure so much more results. Vlahovic more Memedi Kaka se Vlahovic minim de striker obi aso so no so we minim de won ho we pen oh my goals but players omko sign your mobile in Francesco Conceição omunina no e was almost step ya Kolomwani omuna the big men that should give them results. But trust you me, Roma will definitely score a goal against Juventus. It will Roma over 0.5 in this particular game as your safe option. Open riskier. Roma double chance in this particular game. I don't see how Juventus be go away. Akwakushe Roma ewo a stadio the Olimpico. Very difficult game for them. Monday yeba behind Napoli any Bologna game no. It has a distinct thing attached to that particular game. What yeba behind. Then away from that in the Premier League, Arsenal game no mobile bono fancy. Difficult game. But Thomas Partey yina fit him metiase. Everton is very physical in the middle of the park. On midfield near one on a bonnet there. Everton, you could be better than on bois. It is a Gala Guye better than properly aggressive midfielders. It's way a match made in heaven for the likes of Declan Rice.
So Everton, Pickford in post. Jack O'Brien, James Tarkowski.
Aggressive.
Sharad Braithwaite.
Aggressive.
Nathan Patterson.
Jack O'Brien 6 feet. Braithwaite 6 feet. Tarkowski 6 feet. Nathan 6 feet.
Yeah, Ghana Gale middle. And a 10
aggressive.
Eric Banam and so middle. Jack Harrison. Abdoulaye Doucouré, Liman Ndiaye on board.
Ndiaye technically.
And Beto.
Aha. I'm not sure. Ain't Arsenal selection on what they call me to say.
So Patemone Sakamo.
Debbie.
Martinelli more bench.
Technical game. You ever born
more share Real Madrid.
Technical game like I said. Ever born on Tuesday.
Okay.
On say Real Madrid game in your physical baby. A technical game. Ube here your good technical players because a boy had better for my ball. But Everton game winner and I'm sure not better Pemo.
Wontumi.
Jack O'Brien born and I'm sure now we Pemo. And on here that kind of physicality in the midfield. That is why far Declan Rice or far Merino or Kevio or Ben White. Or here that particular physical balance in the middle of the park. Or here say once a Timba no a doubtful kaka. But Timba training aka Timba betima be rem but Timba no on fane mo because game way a physical game. Everton be bamu buga on be bamu ahoden game way a corners asem. game where corners are same. It is over 6.5 corners over 7.5. Also, like Timber why said
Timber. And so I said plywood. Yes, so muka krebi no wabu. Yes, so muka krebi no wabu. Ah,
yes, Musiala ko 2 months. See the menya no.
Ah, fancy difficult in Tanyamedasi.
Are
Musiala key player, solid.
Sir.
Well, one away intern, one minimum.
Key player, solid. It is fancy. A corners are same. Then Oba, meaning say Aston Villa and Forest, over 1.5 that particular game. But the big games is going to be on Sunday, where Fulham will play Liverpool, Chelsea, the Super Bowl, then Manchester United, Super Bowl, Manchester City. Fancy Man U, Man City game, the vibe around it in the pie, is it about bragging right? I think it all moved down to when a beshan young quad the Begin didn't say show.
I said about points. I
bet points in it, but fancy the significance of these particular points, and from Man U motor 4. What I say, City in the room, be here and saw the room into the top 5 now about the Champions League next season because City cannot afford to move out of the top 5 places. Because Mirenfi said Newcastle no ever bought an easy game on Monday, but over Chelsea, no a year Manchester City baby omujinani games no mobona. Almost betima shisha better when him. Next one Man United your top 4 qualification for the Champions League will also be in question. Fancy Man United ne Manchester City game no a battle of the mates. Battle of the Intebe for me this season because performances no enkoye and omumi no goes asem way a 2-1 match 1-1 match 2-0 match e ba ba kumukura ba kokura betima hye yonko 3-0 City so betima hye United 3-0 or 2-0 no oh fancy why should we deceive ourselves United baby omujana no omo choose Europa League no unya na
mo de ahoden nyina ball Europe
she the energy omo de ball Europa na her energy omo de ball league season the baby I do me say a sacrificial stage of the season. Baby I do no a sacrificial stage of the season. You sacrifice one tournament for the other. If you feel say we no men one. Okay. That is what they are going to do. Liverpool Fulham tough game for Liverpool, but Liverpool league you know. Fulham game no league. It will be postponed. Okay. That game remember for 1.5 between Fulham and Liverpool. Then Chelsea to win either half this particular weekend. And Brentford. Difficult game for them. Meaning Brentford for no you know they will press on by attack on by a lot of things. But I think Chelsea the quality to win either half. And I think Opama Caicedo form no so very good. And fancy Caicedo born or born this year and a day. I think in the Premier League, he's proving himself to be one of the best defensive midfielders in the league.
Moussa Hazard Junior say for the first time, Chelsea for never supporting Man U or China. Someone draw, set a bear table, City for ne hard. Mike.
Now, wow, match home body, we know bumpires will be in your favor. On the Brentford Cobo, home winning corner, so all bumpires will be the answer now. Yeah, Pedro, now, Pedro, we know the so we know the and found a draw. Thomas Müller is not just a footballer, as Akomia said, he is a memory, and then he forms part of the institution Bayern Munich. Next year, come by and send you Tiena. Bayern no faces in the club. And from one phase to the other, ube who play a beer obey significant womb. Ntebia yete Bayern, so 1920 yete club na. From 1920 to 1940, ube who play a beer obey unity womua, obey distinct our Bayern or more achievement in any way. Müller plays a role in there. He says a distinct figure in the Bayern setup from the 2010 era. Na play a beer in who or Bobo no a man bro 15 years. Play a piano. You have a certain lifespan. Wontumi Bobo no I was for 15 years and counting. To bar need stage beer or better the above form. It is mostly about your readiness for such a stage and the be determined. Inti adio Müller Cruz started Bobo Nija Müller and Ameboa. Cruz knew when to bid the game goodbye. Müller is still struggling in this phase, thinking he has a role to play. And no matter who come about loyalty anyway, you know the baby so. So Müller failed to appreciate the times we are in. Send your no pay no yabo for kuma and he lit up the scene. opia ne di beji ntini no ene Musiala mo de ene similar Kwanya Müller first be by and senior team nim no from the junior ranks. Musiala from the junior ranks so be rim. As a young boy, he's playing. As a young boy, Müller was also playing as well. Müller at a point in time, Stefan Kiesling was one of the top scorers in the Bundesliga. No, Obama Leverkusen.
Yes.
Joachim Löw said they be mepe Abofrano, Thomas Müller. No, almost started building now from the 2010 World Cup. 4 years after, Germany won the World Cup in 2014 with Müller playing a prominent role. But that was the phase not we rim we run the peak in Muso. But ofro kosro saying was so sunny. Obiero obet me afro no akwa catch the end so sa e was so sunny bafom. And no time ne do also sunny bafom, but he was not ready for that. On na dream he feels sanko obet me ni omako for one more season. No play it be a big brother role. Ewo a dressing room. No enya impact be and so ewo a the playing body ni so. But the club thinks otherwise. So I check it by now. There has been changes not just in the playing body. Technical team enya changes and even top management so changes about. Intendo more running by no. Time Müller season no more running. The board has changed. The sporting direction and then how the club is being run has changed. The technical team and what they want to do has changed. And also the playing body. A lot of changes. Müller is failing to appreciate the times he is in. And I can't be the chair about life. Yeni ayati and maybe by near ofie yeti sata near show near tie omo mudi enim. We never perhaps envisage say ye bet me any omo aba be ye adwuma anase impo ye beba na ebimo so ono ye tie omo no omakofie. Nobody stays in the limelight forever. Yeah. Nobody stays in control forever. You won't be at the top forever. Into honor, then you start making plans about your exit. When you plan about your exit, you don't actually you are not confronted with surprises, because Tony Cruz knew when he had to say goodbye. Into no mom the true surprise, and you're married the true surprise, man. Sadio we are two players in the when football leaves them, they still think they have something to offer, and they are in a state of denial. Oh, you money out damn Rome, it becomes your passion because Dane wabrabo for footballers near home. On normal lifestyle here, on football life, no. On need normal lifestyle to see any yapon your coffee, your coesi, your new busia. Most of them don't even have close time with their families. Into why a sad year way now for better 10 years, 12 years, 13 years, it becomes part of you. And it's a woo jaya. It comes with a lot. Into obioni a good exit plan. No need the next stage the okwa. He's caught in a confused state or conundrum. No, I think somebody Ebi now to Thomas Müller, ebi to Sergio Ramos. The game left Ramos. He still felt he could offer. Fine. Or free Madrid, no what happened to Sergio? When seen the Papa movie, PSG amfa, Serbia amfa, and there's all Mexico amfa. The game has left him, whether you like it or not. Obia on his stage. Just like one face was erased, another was removed to allow for Thomas Müller face to come on. So at the start 2013, Bayern team na call final Champions League now against Dortmund. Omoje treble. It was at that time okay, and that's no. Now Barca je treble no with Pep. Rome, Omoje Manchester United. Then Inter Milan 2 years after with Jose Mourinho, so je treble. In Bayern and now the third European side that wired the treble in 5 seasons, and this was the first German team to do that, so they were special. Manono, I say United teams and the time they did good. Philip Lam way, Jerome Boateng way, Dante Bonfim way, David Alaba, and the Umfrey Bayern, Javi Martinez, Bastian Schweinsteiger, Thomas Müller, Tony Cruz, Frank Ribery, Mario Mandzukic. Oko bench where Claudio Pizarro or Daniel Van Buiten where are they? All of them. Müller was then in his early 20s, Elrem in the mid-20s. 1 year after, he will help Germany, together with the core of this team, including Müller, Boateng, Lam, Schweinsteiger, Kroos, Müller, Nankasa Kanhubi. They will win the World Cup with Germany. A year before this one, not the same crop of players. The Germany are bought a year final, and I'm good. Oh, they be Euro 22 final, why?
2020 Spain is on fire.
Yeah, Italy, mom. Yeah. They had lost in the semi-finals into a Mambo final. No? Italy show semi-finals. Yeah. And Italy in Spain, boy. So this was a German setup made up of very talented players. But again, this phase needs to be wiped out. The next phase can be ushered in. It is all about your preparedness and having an exit plan. So when it goes beyond football, to offer us life lessons, you won't stay at the top forever. There be time between. And today now obey Abraham free so. What do you have lined up? Then I was obey. We are journalists. What do you have in stock? Then what planning to do? Because you won't stay at the top forever. When you fancy Di Maria San Konkoye. Sports Mizaye, after 10 years, you will be maybe a minister or something else. You never know. It will all depend on the plan. What next? Man proposes, God disposes. True. But when two other you can't even know where you are going. That's why I said so. And it becomes problematic. Thomas Müller, he was not ready to exit the stage yet. Perhaps only plan. The life mu plan, but he didn't have an exit plan for the game as it stands now. So he's caught in a web. And no more the statements in the above on things, but you should understand it. Send you will be jack quite more no boy. And I also want to jack quite more lease money musiala mo ebe bochine ebi enough for an vet a call. I will say you accommodate space. And for on a salary I'll bet so. Maybe those running the club now feel so your presence name what? And it's true. This Bayern crop of players are Thomas Müller no Macano. Go ahead on the Ancelotti.
Thomas Tuchel crowd.
Tuchel, Niko Kovac. I can go on and mention names. In Tabia, Mr. was no. Atmosphere way no. See my way kawaii. He will poison the new breed of players. And just so in Pabonini, Bemom influence Okitano. One here, not Nebi, a young manager in Vincent Company, Namula, and a barbe peso. Now be creating issues. So it's a club decision that will go against him. But again, he is paying for being too loyal. And the game, no, you're so loyal, sir. Loyalty has a price tag and it has conditions. Will you be rewarded for your loyalty?
To me, 101.3.
Mr. What's our question? Sir, the BBS here. Fans in the tea are all host show. And to BBS here, but transfer fans, the show must go on. In the same way, the game must go on. Good. Loyalty. It pays off at times. At times it does not pay off. Okay, the best example where loyalty paid off. Francesco Totti and AS Roma. Then at Roma, they allowed Totti to decide when to leave the scene. And almost rose to a club in him. Loyalty paying off. But you'll be an story to say Totti. Could be Steven Gerrard. When he wanted to stay at Liverpool, what happened? Gerrard person na club saying club can dey be on to me no nya adwuma na eso ojako otina wonye bi mo Lampard Chelsea Lampard and Man City. Another beautiful story of loyalty paying off. Ryan Giggs Manchester United FI anameboa enti issues of loyalty no are subjective. Based on certain conditions. And to be loyalty, it doesn't mean you need to blindly copy. Maybe I fancy it now Wontumi has eventually his loyalty will pay off. But in Chesa Komiaso Tinahasa, the same loyalty will pay him off and then serve him good. They be Obiane ne Shebre and Obiane Niti. Good. Inti Obiane Niti. Into Obi taking decision now. Let us be very careful now on your lawyer. No, on your lawyer. May they call Trent to the NSO. What is loyalty here? Every young footballer now will choose ambition over loyalty. Oh, party as your parliament here. Oh, you might look at the social benefit of being Liverpool captain. Monkey come abroad from intro mom. But to the young footballer, to win, to conquer, be part of a winning team, that you better moody amongst the history makers for a club like Madrid. And then there is also an offer. And now your story will say Florentino Perez more bonus of saying
over 40 million.
40 million. Maybe your chest are 40 million.
And no quite a good. And one a bar say Omunya over 135 million euros.
As prize money bonuses good. Maybe 40 million in your child play be any be. But the fancy players no more 40.
Yeah.
Together with technical, Obi 1 million.
Yeah.
Obi 1 million euros.
Yes,
every young footballer, the ambition here to be sporting wise, competitive and successful. And then since I am professional also, Sikabebim, if I am Trent and I weigh the options, okay, at current value, the prospect of winning with Madrid, I was saying the prospect of winning with Liverpool, where do you think I will go? Do you think being just the captain of Liverpool satisfies everything? No, it doesn't. He might stick to loyalty and regret it. My lawyer, my Liverpool captain anymore.
My for far Gerard away. I know one
Chelsea, Milan, Real Madrid.
But once me and Premier League, not Liverpool.
I am saying this year, if Rooney had left Manchester United from 2010-11, no call Madrid, I no call Chelsea, I no call Man City. KB and can we to say the year 2013? No, can we say? Because he would have moved on to the next phase of his career, like Ronaldo. His career. Ambition. Want to win for a young and ambitious footballer to win. So who didn't attempt on your lawyer? You also being selfish.
Liverpool.
Yeah, no, you and as a who didn't attempt so on your lawyer was unquote. Hey, on tina. Okay, or better or Chinabina Prebia Koba, Mukroya no Bekazo, or prepare into more mention. Oh, no, Montono uncle. Football fans are fickle minded. I am telling you for a fact. They are only loyal because you are living for them. Or Chinabisa, oh, Bonnet and Koya, the same fan will blast it through the throat. Muni free team, no queer. I say, Momu make us no quenimo, or they obey you different meaning. I'm coming the trail. Football fans, you're kind and there, or China, you're refi, you're fickle minded. Tina and the weekend, we investors bid teams at them. Next week, on selected the same teams.
So for the other say, oh, what you need be I also could have
exactly. Weekend, we investors bid teams will be at them. But you're a free the week after. Sanity. So loyalty is subjective. Obi oha loyalty pays off for him. Obi oha and pay off. What I believe in is wa wutu jahwa unim se ne hihihie ofano to wa na mo I will feel say beboa. If it works, hallelujah. If it does not work, you bear the consequences and look at a reset. Sana braboneti.
Obi catch me say in decision making or premium management also a man up to your own decisions. And it's who take a decision and the person was like what take a decision away afa decision I'm taking there my idea and know you better than so be back at you so may you say no one ni pass me say
ebeba
as I want to sabi what they are doing with
and boy we ne de no munya wotre we ne boy no onye player or bar or free team ni mu a sebe team ni gu ana ejija we onye era defining player ehona ye de nkomo ne be connect This one, he is a functional player in a setup.
Ken Josh, essay, Fancy. My problem with Arnold is he didn't inform the fans very early. They be to say De Bruyne didn't be nanko more my arrest so you season I may call you be nanko. I
said De Bruyne so one cannon, man.
One cannon.
Because a contract talks, negotiations anyway, and sending community, if you rather, why not also look at the club and why perhaps my way situation whereby everybody is blamable in this situation. May say when you role is a functional role, you can get other players to perform such roles. When you're era defining player.
So Musalabi
Salamodian Ebetumba. But where you can have several players come and play his role. He's a technically efficient player, and every technically efficient player be an role who play no. It can be sorted with similar profiles. Yes. Unya personalities are not, unya characters are not, but you might get better. But Messi Modian, you don't just get the personality and the character, you get more the magic. Some magic, no. Unya from Messi, who said Messi free wa unyo before for the beba. Ronaldo free wa unyo before for this idea the beba. But where Modiano, it can be compensated for with tactics, players with different profiles or similar profiles, or mix my age man. And no problem. Dear Yana say, Nanka Liverpool himself, Marco Kobe dear. Come better Nanko Moire. But when young Russo and come beton, or man rate, or man ton, and tis come back, and Modest one Yejuma, and any Yaudi. But I'm saying this loyalty does not always pay off. And subjective. So instead of being selfish, also consider the other side of the story. Why did
Liverpool allow him to run out of his contract? Because I'm sure that Sankebi almost started 3 seasons ago and Obeche.
And I'm say,
but man, as I can too. Na Madrid for no Jude Koyan. I was I'm so quiet or the Champions League.
No money say
J.
Or my way say the my friend is my fan said Munim so my fan or my fan form simple crowd. We just say I boy. Oh, really I'm a boy. Oh, maybe boy man.
The first trophy because the Champions League I saw the Madrid J.
I do the Madrid Champions
League.
Super Cup.
No, Mbappe
Super Copa de España.
Yeah.
And the
so bad now Mbappe so bad Obeji Super Cup the club world championship.
Again, I mentioned era defining players. Era defining players, simply if I'm to define it. Now as a player omoba betre senior ball no ebesi for this period. Say a liga, say a club, and now say a country, they come to define the game in that era. And Thierry Henry is an era-defining player, especially in the Premier League and for Arsenal. Say striker betimiabo obenkuma. Now what Timia as a wing attacker. Thierry Henry showed us that he defined that era. Ronaldo transitioning from a typical winger to one of the most deadly weapons in football. Era defining player. Messi. Grade. But era defining players, they are special. Era defining players are not replaced. You just move on. Barca can't replace Messi. You move on. If you move on, you will get equally good players. Messi, but they also do their best. They'll move on. Yes, Ronaldo. Free Madrid, Madrid have won. But Omunya Ronaldo says to be yes. They've not had any deadly goal machine. Maybe I'm mapping a bit me step up. Kakranwa be. De Bruyne is that. He's an era defining player in Europe, not just the Premier League. So City can't replace him. In fact, he is a symbol of success for this City project. Player, one more best value for money. Se sika yede koto De Bruyne no ye nya so mfaso sika semu anafe sporting wise in terms of success. He's the most decorated player. 16 trophies if I'm not wrong. Anameboa. Yes. He has a chance to add it to it because they will likely make it to the FA Cup when no mo hu di omo be. Anameboa. Good. no omoko fa de bae no they brought him as a delightful a year player, but he is leaving as an era defining player. Wa be kire bibi into obaye no wasesa Premier League neni so. Just aside that, wasesa Man City status. And City before De Bruyne joined, they were just local champions. De Bruyne is leaving when City have been crowned Champions League winners on the treble, are replicating Manchester United. On the domestic front, the MU here normally back account they won the Premier League 4 consecutive times.
Pellegrini cried about Mekai, the English Premier League say or a Chelsea flop.
Yeah,
nobody there, nobody Wontumi more.
So he has come to define an era. The winners are ball Alan Shearer Mudin, ball Lampard Mudin, ball John Terry Mudin. All the Premier League legends you see and you eulogize, no. De Bruyne should be there. He should be part of that conversation. He should be in there. I was see a decent common edify De Bruyne. Me who player or yeah versatile and also technically efficient as he is. And again, he's adept. Nenaino. Benkumni to me but said in Ifane Bona. Exactly. Tina no pa me betina catch you say. Postcourse is good. He's great. But please, there is a certain legendary status about Postcourse. So you think Oshanebabu is untouchable. When in born bossy Postcourse. De Bruyne no. Okay, so what are the parameters?
Different players, different rules. Different players.
They are the same.
No.
De Bruyne is a central midfielder. Postcourse is a central midfielder. De Bruyne is an attacking midfielder. Postcourse is an attacking midfielder. Even Postcourse, not a second striker for Man U.
How many seasons?
Oh, please. Now for the seasons,
no, you'll be on who Postcourse here. Postcourse here, dang. What do you cast a Postcourse?
He's a midfielder. He's a midfielder.
The positioning on the field, no more.
Positioning, and I say.
Postcourse is defensive midfielder.
On your defensive, he's a poor tackler. On your defensive midfielder.
Postcourse
meba. Oh, unim. Postcourse weakness back here tackle. Oh, Akomia, we can do this. The weakness of Postcourse and the tackles. Tina mostly no yellow cards or cause suspension. He's a poor tackler and a ball winner. Way defensive midfielder on who baby a Postcourse. He's a typical at Man U. Maybe family a Man U fan go. What be so more? They will even think I'm a Man United fan. Man U. Nay, working. Postcourse as a double pivot. Then King will do the dirty work. Postcourse will do the initiation and the passing. Postcourse strength, the attribute can say a passing. And the offensive metrics in the mass schools, and you're defensive. Yeah. Postcourse a passing and his goals as tackles is poor. Scores is very, very poor in terms of tackles. Now, so when you were King free more, then Nicky Batu is slotted in. So when Ferguson brought Veron, because of Veron and the all-round attributes, Postcourse was pushed further forward. And now Veron, Roy Keane. No matter 4-4-1-1. Postcourse was then the second striker to root Van Nistelrooy. And the corner Dwight York Postcourse will mostly started as a double pivot there. Ryan Giggs were left, David Beckham were right. But Postcourse be Pia Akojina Dwight York and the college.
Well, Shadrach may highlights of Postcourse.
Exactly.
Me say
as
a doing so call an Bosch to
me say Postcourse in attribute. Now what dini no a passing and scoring. They are not a defensive work. I'm coming. You can check his tackles. I am astonished, sir. Who a typical United fan? You don't know, say Postcourse in the tackling, you're poor.
Postcourse tackling, team. It's a fact so the red card back. And
then the red card, though. He's a poor tackler. Listen to me, me paucho. TMA. They said De Bruyne and the Postcourse are the similar profiles.
No.
Difference in him.
No. Two different profiles.
I say Postcourse.
Two different profiles.
Your starting position. Newton Bayer way starting position.
Ne Barca de na.
Barca ni Atletico. Ne player bia Fermin Lopez.
Yeah.
No Gina 6. No bossing.
But no,
was starting position. Postcoast in the starting position was in a double pivot with Roy Keane. But Roller no play no. He was mostly an attacking midfielder. Obi Obeka just Postcoast a defensive midfielder biano. Or per excuse Diamano. Nobody. Or per baby you know free. Me say Akwa
Ro Pan was a central midfielder.
Rio. Ruben no play. Rio
was a central midfielder.
Rio.
It is subsequently all moving forward. No con any na be ball DM no so kakra. But what check Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne entire career I will sit in more matches our bono. Matches be break Kevin De Bruyne boni na was an attacking midfielder. Many numbers in ma Shadrack na Shadrack. Bonus an attacking midfielder. Two different roles altogether.
The so bad Chelsea no a ringo. Make I say the first game against
versatility.
The primary role yet.
Make I say first game against
Salah primary role yet.
More short to be
Salah primary role yet.
Salah is a winger.
He's an attacker. Theory, no, not all wingers are attackers.
Yes.
Till I say you're careful because option formation in the original, you might underestimate the role in the impact. Theory, no boy. But who was Arsenal striker?
Yes.
Into the fact that Postcoast S30 in the double pivot in Chelsea, he was operating as a defensive midfielder. He was playing in the central midfield, but his role primarily in the team was for offensive actions and then the passing distribution. And the about Postcoast dia wouldn't need make a see a pan a passing, a goal scoring. You know keys or a physical brutal tackler. True or false?
Well, Mammy here. Message Kaka. We me boss here because you so back up about. I say, Prince Jones say Facebook. I say Scholes was an attacking midfielder. I feel Kobe Anderson so say Scholes type of a player. I say Scholes type of a player in the modern day is Tony Cruz. Brad Comfort, Brad Contour. I say, okay. We say
that's the right thing.
What De Bruyne is a number 10 and a creative player. Scholes was like a combative number 8. And we so say okay. Your Barcelona sorry says Scholes was very poor defensively. And this one says
First of all, let's come and clear yourself about the roles and positioning of on your screen. Fancy, your AM, your CM, your LM, your RW. The number of positions are Kevin De Bruyne abo up to this stage. Fancy, position by Pana Kevin De Bruyne abo no do pioneer a solid impact pa.
A central midfielder no.
Position down I want to do pa.
Okay, attacking midfielder.
About how many games?
284 no.
284 na boy me boy.
Yeah.
You have Paul Scholes. O check it Paul Scholes there. Shabak me the Paul Scholes there no so asendo. You would understand say baby a Paul Scholes no so abo.
Board do pa.
E board do pa no. E ho no me a clear sa.
Okay, na say obi
Obia versatile.
But
I'm talking about the primary role of these players.
And your coach they decided.
Oh, fancy. The primary roles of these players. Postcoast how many matches as a central midfielder?
Shout out when ya I did na fama me quick near referee because you brand call.
One boss a central midfielder.
No, that's not.
About 283 matches
for club where you club where.
And Postcoast about team there apart from Manchester United.
I know Postcoast has over 600 appearances for Man U and Ameboa. And where you do 600.
Mike.
Okay, 2 versus matches in a women drew.
Menya sure say bedroom the total games of Man.
We sure say bedroom total games of Manchester.
Player here right meba.
Who yes sure.
Second striker wa ha na ni ha.
And I say
now scores. And me see the profile and the brand at the end here.
Me say we are not talking about difference between the profile. Baku is central midfielder. Baku attacking.
They want to use the central midfield.
Two different players
central midfield.
Nipa no cast Tony Cruz there no. Nipa no cast Tony Cruz asem no. One na me ne beje adi.
Said
the cast Tony Cruz asem. The only difference between Tony Cruz and the any Paul Scholes in terms of roles in teams near say I feel what you to play roles.
Okay, contribution about me fight because where money upon say me be say me fan from top to down but I say waka kran team e bia me back kakra na ma ha de we say wo hwe no early career Paul Scholes attacking midfielder, second striker. In the 90s, Scholes played higher up the pitch, often just behind the striker. He was known for late runs into the box and scored a lot of goals. In the late 90s, Mike meba muma minka mufula mube hume. Osinti, he was known for late runs into the box and scored a lot of goals. Think quick 1-2s, edge of the box finishes and volleys. Peak years, central midfielder, box to box. He transitioned into a classic box-to-box role, known for long-range passing and switching play effortlessly, shooting from distance, that is into bracket, those screamers, excellent timing of runs, vision and control in tight spaces. He formed key midfield partnerships with Roy Keane, Michael Carrick and others at Manchester United. Later career, also as we are breaking on the early the peak and on later career, or say deep lying playmaker. As he aged, he dropped deeper, similar to how Andra Pirlo or Xabi Alonso played. Orchestrated the game with his passing, didn't need to run much, just saw and delivered. Silas Ferguson even brought him out of retirement because he missed his composure and vision. That's
very insightful.
Oh yeah. Until I may say me kind of because remember now I know your friend of money upon money and this our message in a by G.
The late 1990s. The late 1990s, specific iconic moment for Manchester United was the 1999 season. And in the BA, the class of 92, no so okay. The first you usually as a second striker in Italy, we
still know attacking midfielder and a stroke second striker.
Man United played with a 4-4-2. 4-4-2 no Paul Scholes ball him for because meaning said the two centre forwards man Manchester United at the peak of it 99. Na Dwight York and the cool. Who was the oh Mike Meba. Oh Mike my main kasa
Memphis only air can wasem.
What did they mention as Dwight York and the cool. 81 first striker and 1 second striker. In Italy we call something prima punta secunda punta.
Cash.
Prima punta first striker Dwight York. Second punta and the cool. No more switching between them. So the second striker is no phantom chain. Playmaking nankasa ekase wo team no fancy. Yana yetimi ayama playmaker say number 10 na playmaker, number 10 ye playmaker. But in normal sense, 7 bit my playmaker, 11 bit my playmaker. What am I say? Man United set up now no mo nankasa in 99. Playmakers no. Na one. David Beckham, na Ryan Giggs. Typical of Manchester United. It's a one day, Mame Fanto baby. Box to box, I agree. Menene ya agree. Say as a number 8, box to box, or Nwaba, Paul Scholes, I agree, perfect. But for the second striker issue, the playmaker, late 1990s, because by team 93, class of 92 promoted Moba, but the peak of Munya be book between 96, 97, 98, 99. Kesia Pania 99, 98, 99 season.
94.
So on no academy into Bema no ko. It's 93 one Banimu Abbey room. So 93, 94 season, 94, 95. Yes. Then 97, 98, 99. Nobody can convince me that Paul Scholes is the same profile as Kevin De Bruyne. No. Absolutely no. Kevin De Bruyne and Fernandinho bo meba. Tama no Fernandinho ya Toure. Abo na Kevin De Bruyne bo saying. One and about 8 and one and about 10. City movie call 4-3-3 with Ike Gandogan. We call something Mezzala. Mezzala half winger, half midfielder. Or normally they can play as playmakers, but a proper central campista defining midfield roles. Fancy. Two different roles altogether.
Akomia, so this is Paul Scholes for you. Maybe na Akomia and Paul Scholes I say. There is a reason he even transitioned into midfield. Me say, Paul Scholes' profile is the same as De Bruyne. Check from his debut season, 94-95 season. Remember, in the first game, Obim, he came to score 2 goals from attacking midfield position against Port Vale, League Cup. Again, Marquinhos scored Chelsea in the next season, 95-96 season. Me pesa me jampe. Paul Scholes came in to replace Wine. Eric Cantona. Cantona was not a central midfielder. Akumia tieni pa. Me say Paul Scholes. Ne profile ne De Bruyne the difference in him. Based on more technical ability. And more versatility in team use more several roles. So just like the guy chronicled, he started from offensive midfield, attacking midfield.
Man, you go attacking midfield at 4-4-2 no attacking.
I am very happy. So ball say
you can use box to box.
Oh, tie. Ball 4-4-2 no. O can roll sana meboa. 4-4-2 ne say that's what. Do you see first striker, second striker? The roles are assigned by the coach. And Paul Scholes will be starting as the double pivot. But in terms of offensive actions, Roy Keane in Konenim. Why never Konenim? If Paul Scholes was starting in central midfield, why was he making those runs into the box? Sebeka Muyi cross ni bemua. Ni goals now Muyi no. Se Shala betime ni goals ni biwa. You will see his positions from the shot no take here no. I am telling you for Memo be another. Paul Scholes has never been a defensive midfielder.
Capo bra. O me yo mun na film. Capo. Ana mo ya for na emfa course ni enko ana. Capo. Unkasa.
Enye no credit. They say no
credit. Opani kokuri anso for
Why na boss shot no. Only ya boss.
Paul Scholes. Mr. Paul Scholes is central midfielder. Kevin De Bruyne.
You will say the Bachia Mate. Aye, Befi. Bataza. Well, Kokudia, so I'm monitor of ye. Do a donko factual on my rock Kokudia. Wow, that's it. Boss, so sweet here, that's it. Well, couple. Well, you're right now. You must have idea about it. Ima to force it. Kevin De Bruyne is better than Iniesta. Scholes I say is better than Iniesta. Scholes can only be compared to Xavi, period.
Thank you for
Mr. Bodu is an agenda man.
Thank you for the message.
I don't know you need any message.
They will create a hedge around the alleged.
Yati, why? You knew Komaka Fina, Yemfa and Soso and Yamano, the Black Queen, so more RSA or Moni Senegal, and so they were anyway a friendly game or more ball or more called Tor Elson again, Tene, and no more game in the bus about 5 p.m. and a Ghana and Mano Senegal Mano, a ball friendly game. I know a bear ship about 5 p.m. Tiabe, Sa game home seminar feeding Como the Black Queens head coach our by say, oh boy, Jumaya came last, or no, and so a pre match or in some cacao to ahead of the game, Namia Doma or born at 5 p.m. The NTN Summer Black Queens coach at the
together for 2.5 days now, 2 trainings, waiting for the 3rd one, and then the game against Senegal tomorrow. I think it's going to be a tough one. They play physical. It's going to be, I think, a good game for us. We need to move the ball fast, but if we do that, I'm sure that we have the potential to win the game. We have some information. Our analyst, Ronny Berdahl, have done a good job when it comes to watch them, and he will give us all information that we need. It's a team that normally play a 4-2-3-1 formation. They, like I said, they play physical. They have a couple of really good players, so we need to be ready, but also, like I said, I think the potential in our team is good enough to win the game. Yeah, we had talked about our attack, our build up.
Counter our debe mo nyame adoma and then you Portia Boachi and a captain at the Mother Black Queens Portia, and so Ekasa said omu prepare and then you team nina for the game and Obaso.
Tuesday no because of na ebrewum kakranti no yentumi anye training so yes your training started Wednesday no so far I have be aye dru na yakoye nim bebre na yaye ready because ni nyina eka ya ho boa na yeye e de akọ wafcon no ho ye no maboda 2 times ewa Accra but Wontumi enkasa woni wo mabontie bia the same performance na omo putie no eno ano omo de ba dane da nyina bibia de esesa so ye no ase team no na yeso ye hu se ba na omo ba no omo so qualify ko wafcon na bia so omo so be pray say omo so betumi awani because ya wani omo 2 times in flying games say ya so enye easy moment my but ya prepare the train
e dey atudwa de wonsem e dey ba na yese na nwumre yese game no enuma betima ko shara kenrem na afie ni nkomo Ghana Premier League no near match week 26 games e no betimi abaso ni nkomo emfa House of Oak na mediama game no nyame adomo chena 3 p.m. ana e baso Heart of Lions any Asante Kotoko e game no e baso Dreams any Gold Stars e dey boy ni Samates na Accra Lions and so e dey boy ni ana fi Young Apostles ni Legon Cities Basake Holy Stars any Brekum Chelsea Aduana any Vision bon Monday on the 7th no and a Nations any Karela so they boy anyway matches are baso Ghana Premier League no don some no ever bashara ko ba me matches are wo mo ebetwa live on TV na fi wa wo fi no when you be ahwe na house any media ma game no be live on TV na me adumo chena and baso Heart of Lions any Asante Kotoko will be live on TV Aduana any Vision game no so you betwa e dey aba TV so nti wo fi abenya games we and so ebi etimi ahwe no e dey from no dey say House of Oak report aya so mu game against media mano and over because Accra Sports Stadium and as a game no nyame adoma Sunday wo mu airborne say confirmed they will be play at Accra Sports Stadium against media mano kakra if you are dey be don some no every mawami coach IFN Abubakar Watara head of the game wo mu ebebo no and sema dey atuja head of the game preparation saying is it Abubakar Watara ede kakra etuja
because of you see the Thursday match what happened. Trying to focus on the match. Media is another big tough, and all the matches. Why I say all the matches as of are playing, all the matches are tough because everybody when it's coming to play against us, he prepare himself multiply by 10, 11, 12. That's why sometime after that match you see the team have the problem, but we need to focus. We need more concentration. We need everything to carry another points on this match, because it's not
30 Ghana cedis center line 30 na fi lower VIP 80 Ghana cedis upper VIP 100 cedis na fi VVIP 150 Ghana cedis on Sunday against Mediama coach Ibrahim Tanko and fi goalkeeper Jaba omo enso ekasa kakra head of the game baso against House of Oak say no musi game no so dey no cry no ye pre-match no what is House lusu chese omo lusu one against Nation so when ye be boa omo pa I'm a confidence about Amoma Shahas Yinti Ibrahim Tanko.
And one go down definitely is not good moral for them, and I think we are going to use that as a motivation for our team so that we'll get something out of there.
What's a training come about so training. Yeah, you know, idea home come yeah, fire one dream mean to me mechanical, but yeah, the way to man say corner yakunya good results near the buffet.
Wo Arian Sama Jaba na fi Ibrahim Tanko de atudwa de onsam no every ma ye be rem ne edin komo kotoko game no omo ene Pando Heart of Lions e game no be baso nyame adomo chena na ye be din komo kakra afa coach Bashir Hayford nso akasa ne preparation say ne sitie wo so ye ready our train kotoko e was a game no baso coach Bash ekasai
supporters numbers and everything, and so you know when they will come in their numbers. We are prepared. We are expecting a very good game, and at the end of it all, I think the better side will carry the day. But playing home, we have the advantage. Well, we are expected a win because if we want to still struggle with the top 3, 4. We have to keep the composure. So winning will make us stay there and then compete. Losing is not good for us, and even drawing is also not good for us. So our expectation is that we win, so that we maintain the tempo. And as I said, they are leading.
Tokodia is all players no be fit na mobile injury situation or come saying it's just all players no be 5 video or more injury, but in shada nyehu emfa mo musa.
We have about 5 injuries. 1 is back, and then we're expecting the 4 others to come. But even out of the 4, 2 of them are training not too hard with us, and so it's not a problem because the positions they are playing, I think we have equally good substitutes. So the injury situation is not a worry because it's not too many. Honestly, we were going to play away, but they were.
El Heroes Park and Yamakoso na make us say former club from Go Stars. Maybe any Go Stars team no Oma be do Omo be boana fe Omo etimi ahwa ma ye no nyama enso etimi akokama nti the CEO and kwesi do any team no the players no obi a enso etimi aba Go Stars for no ejinem yes Newton Latin so Oma ja we video now team is a new team enso jinam bia Omo we say Omo be kwa akoboa naija Omo etimi jam coach Michael Ose na bia Odium Conte obeba o echiro onze kwesi do chachi ababunzo Odium Conte guta bottle water
warm up to say Antoine Griezmann na washe go also ne me be kwa
won akura omo munimrikatu a o say Newton
to where you
on te echiro no nzo oba onzo o chechiro Odium Conte no
okay
oni
what's up one
shoe Japan or type of
Newton shoe there shoe
no
money na so
o money na wa so o ma to
ring my bell ring my bell
yeme na fe yeme to aso fenfro yeme enche bi yeme famo mo hwere mo amoteni nyina be famo course enche bi coach Michael say nyame fa ne kra ensie ye em say a hardwin pa na former Chief Justice ora enini yeboa enso monitor na no painti meza.
Yes,
former Chief Justice only Justice and in Yabua mama money yeah be hadwin former Chief Justice Justice
years of hard work way before so be lawyer cry and no yes saying and son of fracture na kodru Supreme Court
seriously
we akwa kodru FIFA so ye cars me pacho obodi na anya obotre na boni
and memento me boase
thank you very much
Kwakuduase one of the former and uncle the former Chief Justice Justice and in here boy na men kan Chief Justice
and Justice
na
penyu fon kwa
na screen border no free
ya me shamo really appreciate daddy ya me shamo really appreciate
hey shara kin so there shout out all guys in Muma Band. Very I hear
watch into
okay. To so how much here flash so you need no ban was
Canada was set to be catch say credit
here the only who was quick yes also sway
yes fancy crucial encounters this particular weekend for title chasers and the top 4 no cry in terms of the Ghana Premier League in the crown relevance and it is say the Ghana Premier League in baby Edru say no between baby and Koroko the next 5 games will be very 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 crucial. Crucial in the say Koroko beko Heart of Lions Koroko any Accra Lions will game ball on it Mediama Munina will game ball. There is Dreams FC and Baby and Gold Stars. There's an away game between Bechimni, Baby and Gold Stars. We are playing in a home dominant Premier League. Yeah, home dominant Premier League in the next 5 games in the Baby play key role teams no on my way games on back day on back in terms of a day be determine league you know ubetimi age and I say untiminje Shadrack Bebo a table now you would understand say per baby a league in a dan omo table no two horses hanesa instead of maybe a 3 and a 4 I'm not writing anybody off but per dem mani ahwe per numbers are these two class baby any goals as any results are these two teams in ya no omo mienu obetepi omo because fancy meaning say Heart of Lions ne kodoko 5 points in the Ghana Premier League where beat me winning 2 games to as one about Betono I agree but the level of results are kodokonya because a home dominant league akodoko in the last 7 games we feel was in our consider 1
yes
Ose has 1-0 my table ne na so menyi feel ma Ose has 1-0
to me 101
Ose Gold Stars 2-0 Obese Visions FC 4-1 Ose Legon Cities Ose Karela Ose Baseke Holy Stars 1-0 and was Abeshe Brekum Chelsea 1-0 it last 7 games in fish on mobile PM Baba Yarano fancy Oma consider only 1 goal Gold Stars in the last 7 games wabo draw 2 no 1-1 against Samatex
home
then 1-1 against House of Folk and on Samatex to go goalless
home okay
wabo draw ni 2 but the amount Gold Stars so results near when say adena when you draw no fear we are compensating with results be akunya no away. Let's not forget say within that particular short space of time no sir 2 points or say 4 points now lose no fear no wakwaje 3 no House of Folk away there's a proper balance between the away results and their home games when your results no kwampo fear or kwa away no akwaje 1 point aye day Ashim, a Mario officer or Sama boy for 1 point, meboa. Or Heart of Lions for 1 point. Or away no for crucial 1 point be a. So points now all lose will fear or the bad day. Ebe same. A Mario officer on so 3 points that them are a channel. Which is money in Swatermine. 3 points near the bad day. Ya de become on. It's in next 5 games. For these 2 teams, which is starting this weekend. Baby, any quite away to Dreams FC. Kotokoko Heart of Lions. Near Jane Bashir Hayford against their former club. Then there's Dreams FC the most informed side in the Ghana Premier League. Dreams. The most informed team in the Ghana Premier League. Na korokwani abresa ali so munya 1 point ho a omone de pound wa so omone de omatitim omebe fi abedwe omo baby enu Gold Stars so huni se dabi baby enenam no so yesu enya point a na Heart of Lions betimi so asɛ party ni no ho agimne ana wochena so mutimi se kodokwa
say na no na twum kreka say on say time adwuma ne ba na bash so nya kotoko come back na say bia the second coming and ke bia nkope
me no league ne je baby adu no the same thing that applies in Europe applies here. 1 the consistency of your results and I say a home dominant league it also feel results no also timi she bebre
korokon ntimi nya ne say ye tena obo asema mo be she nti enso ye beti ho mo ntimi nya
the tosu mienu your quality when it comes to squad depth and our coaches no mujina bench no for Heart of Lions their quality in depth is something and our consistency in getting results no I be kakra but for Gold Stars no kotoko they've been consistent. Nation services sukuta the same problem in terms of consistency in results obetima kwa we akosho obi be feel over be lose 1-0 and oma bodro goalless. The same thing is also happening to House of Folk. Mediama so faces our challenges ne kakra na Ibrahim Tanku because team ekuta baby any Gold Stars is here Samuel Atakumi Vincent Atenga Ronald Frimpong Godfrey Chey omu nyina starting games they are more but you look at the bench and you look at Stephen Owusu Banahene there's Charles Kamara Jemfi Beboa I'm a Ipra Kramayo Charles Apia Makati squad depth quality Oma Coach Michael Osadi almost started season in crab boy. Don't know bench o. Almost out to Tommy ko. and a Kotoko no suffer with injuries. But fancy many workers say Kotoko Lodamwa still now or prepare so beba. But Lodamwa chinu you 2 players or Kote. Anna Daniel Adran in the boss say Kote ne pra Lodamwa so in recovery mode. But Kotoko boosted because they say Michael say funny boy no ne some bono. E was so. Anna Ablo so day. Aba. Say Emmanuel entry sune baba ya preposition baako. Saka Dauda any pitamidu preposition baako. Abet amu abaye no say no ntimi mo nine because ono kwa be poku na epre. At the same time yes aso timi pushini ma neba wings. Che dwamna Tinedu Justice Blay ana intim menu 4 quality squad depth. By Pando born and Dima Kotoko. Fancy a didn't come over game me more ding. Pando for the person almost say party in the Makotoko for no. I'm person almost say party in the Makotoko for no. Could you be junior more person more yen your maka credibility? I'm also never show more boys. As a man, I can. And Bashir for 2 wants to prove a point against the former club. Always. Because to say Obin Junior and Sunim Koroko from the playing days with us. Yeah. Double chance for Heart of Lions. Difficult game. So Koroko Timiko share Heart of Lions where we are. League no Mema Kotoko bear 75% because you omujina 60% chance in terms of winning it. Omu win Pando game na ebe shoot Mako bear 75 straight. Dreams FC need Gold Stars. Karim Zito so wants to enter into the discussions when it comes to more fighting for the top 4. I'm a league in a points be as who has. I'm a form no more they want to ride on it. Or man start season here. I feel no more picky. It's like no more pre-season within the season. So Gold Stars also offer point to Honoma. Fancy. I had the 3-point gap in the baby season. Now Gold Stars this what remind the energy league no. What's say? Some of us are 3 points to reduce a bar. I had the 3 points in the baba. 3 points difference between Korokone Gold Stars no. So 2 points because almost the train can one back 47. Korokobel 45. The best are 2 points now. No but I think the men are there. The results are good, and I think we'll have a good game to watch this particular weekend. But Dreams FC stands tall in that particular game. House of Folk Bebo Mediama or Accra Sports Stadium. Madaroma Stadium near Biama Moya Pamocho. Yes, son. Yeah. And let's say from Penny for Moya Jumao. Say you need any other international standard pitch to play CAF and World Cup qualifiers on apart from Accra Sports Stadium. Eba kope ye pamocho mo ho ban na ye mo wan en bo ho ban NC for no because on say has oh there be say has there has will control to a certain limit but omo mo have facilities na nkasa so ye NC money has for them collaborate mo ho ban na ye we enjoy a very good game because the pitch is in a good state. Yeah, the Bob Black Star game, in chair and Abeboa. Yeah. Said the city here, no. We are going to have a very clean state and a very good game. Media money has a Montokwa. But what kind of pressure ban should be no amount resource? Before young apostles gave the mic, no be our GDS say what about Kulusu. No, I say. And you maybe I say a Pamu Watara, no, I say 2 games at Waso. Legon City's game, no. No man, fancy. Me sure say weekend with the same thing about happen against Mediama. Has better share Mediama. Has better Mediama. Oh, ebe Watara yam pamono Watara. Na juma wo ya no no. No, they are too time. Oh, say pressure ne ba no so no ase no dey buy time. Pressure ba no so no ase. Wo so better Mediama. The following game no asa akoshe. Now, I must have back to the 4 settings. But me busa has to folk players in the say. 1.3. Their responsibility on the field. Chances now move to go no more kasamo. When you are done with training, do you spend time on finishing individual players? Sure. Hamza Isa. Sure. Ramsey.
I don't know, so yeah, we are foul.
Diego, you spend the time. Actually, because we have chances no mumi city ah. Nation says now. I was wondering. Minim say Watare to the be an kasane bro so blame players when he loses games. But when no as a clear with the chances are no move to go and mention must. And at the end of the day, the coach will lose his job. Another coach will come. This is the time you need to take responsibility as leaders of the team.
Okay, I remember Michael.
That's it. Now, House of Oka returning to the Accra Sports Stadium, and I think it's a refreshing news. Just as Akumia rightly put, Oko check here Ghana Premier League anymore. It is a home dominant league. Now, the percentages say team will fear or be winning on the average 70 to 75%. Now in the Ghana Premier League, say team bow in fear. Chances or the be winning percentage wise ranging from 70 to 75%. The same team, so we need to call an away game scenario now rating the chances of winning away from home now. A diminution from 70 to 75%, at about between 10 to 15%. So clearly, the Ghana Premier League is a home dominant league, but not every home is a home. In football contest, and your baby any fee, your DNT free baby said traditional home. Next, you bought teams dear a better venue be. Because while boss our venue no man and I find to Diana, yes, a doma, Nanajman Bedu Park. And on a match day near ye Diana, a free Ajman Bedu, add a bar for Suji Abo, ewo Bechemua. A home game ma a Diana dear. But Sanye ni home games a city a Ajman Bedu, no, the atmosphere and everything that goes into it. It will not be the same as game na Ekobono for Suji Abo. So it will be a home game. But it will not translate into performances and results similar and not the same as the Omunyano Ewajman Beduno. Ntiane here pa. Set team there wo traditional venue. Ayana eboa for various reasons. Ye were the familiarity with the playing surface. Next a dan obo home game wa wait team ne the obeba baako pe throughout the season. Ba wo no se league no. Some 18 teams to say Ghana Premier League no. Now about 34 games in all now. It means you will likely play how many games will fear? About 17 matches will fear. 17 times on your playing surface are enough to grow familiar with the pitch surface or the turf. And then also the atmosphere and the environment. Again, a Buama would me set the tone. And to team be all baby, I nim send ye see ye home games in inti. And my who see any ankeka. And I say, yen share the better to aquaman or baby ako ye. There may come an aqua say. When teams play at their traditional home venues, it has a certain advantage than say you didn't call baby. A fair no person or convert here to home venue. So in this season, House of Folk above I think as many as 12 home games. 12 home games, no fancy. A 12 no. Omabon were 3 different venues. This season, has started on first game at Accra Sports Stadium, which they lost to Basake Holy Stars. Then the conversation changed and the Ababe NCNT national team Babe UC. Then has had to find an alternative venue. And omu games no at the core University of Ghana Stadium, Legon. And also it took some time for them to come to terms with their here yes UG Stadium hono truly their home. Just when they were settling, and yes they be African inter-schools football competition cup for the Aba. Sadia has Wontumi mbo Legon because then they had to go to Tuba she.
Oh, for master.
Debbie, Tuba. So, Yadi Moko Tuba no. They went there and again they lost. So they have to find ways to return. They are coming to Accra again. Last time Ahas bought Accra was in September of last year. Wow. Year April 2025. Me have meninka. I brought 3 months. House folk are returning to their traditional venue. Say we are season where now but I be and say to me memoir. This venue change will be a factor.
Okay.
I think it has really affected them. And he said, "Oko share your league table na so Ghana Premier League table na komia fafo na ye adwuma bi mame. Oko standings na o check Hearts position. No am the total points a Hearts of folk enya so far this season. Ye wie pe ye be segregate ye be chem. Ne ahwe home form versus away form. Ne hu de edi Hearts nya pa. Ye wie a na me de atoto nkoma me ne udi ano. Na me dia chem dia 20 boy.
Total points 37 points.
37 points. After how many games?
After
24 matches. Good. Mame home form any point tally.
Home form House of Folk toss on 9th.
Wabo how many matches?
12 matches.
Points, yes.
20
points out of 34. And it's a workers a strike average now. Yama use to calculate our fanye juma. So on the average, me catch us a Ghana Premier League a home dominant league. On the average, home teams need a chance sense to win 70 to 75%. And I'm a boy. Has were 20 out of saying 20 out of a year 34 points. Good. And it means that 20 out of 34 no, they are picking a year 0.588 points from the available points or money
from
home.
Draw.
Exactly. Way or they multiply 100 now, at oko 58%. So has point tally, you know, the Omania so far this season, 58% a home. It should have been where actually 70% of points and Komania it should be at home. So it means Hearts are a very good team on the road. If 58.8 no more 1%, no, uti free you get 41%. So 41%, no, it is the second best in terms of away. Because
away has only the second best team.
So the Enkomami no de meboa.
I know Crown. I just 4 points and separate you on nations.
Yeah, nations best show 1 point.
Yeah,
nations question more. So the Enkomami no de meboa. Say 41% and has away from this season. Away from a house what this season, no, it should have been enough for them. Using the Ghana Premier League being a home dominant league, you know, for them to challenge for the title. The Gold Stars and the if their home form improved. What has affected their home form? Again, their inability to consistently play at their traditional venue. And their Accra Sports Stadium. Mamima, another example, away the anyway. Away the anyway 14 out of the
12 has about 12 away games. 17 points out of 12.
17 out of 12 away games.
That means 24 points, you know.
Good. 12 times 3.
36 points.
Good. They have 17. So they are a very efficient away side. Check it goes conceded.
19.
They have the second best defense. Our league in terms of away games.
Can you bad sound?
Me say away form, no, a title winning form.
From Mike argument, I always in an say. Sanka has so born one crime fans in the first game could lose you to Basakeno.
That traditional venue where you know Anka would have carried them on. It would have helped their cause.
Omonanke lead table because so check here Asante Korokoni baby any Gold Stars in the Heart of Lions. Omo 14.
Yeah.
As of folk chow 3.
Now go home. Nako home. Shadrach home. Now check it home. Koroko home form you're saying 31 points from 13. Gold Stars here 30. Home has you're saying 24. So do you get the picture clearly now? Hearts are struggling because of instability. As to venue crew use. So what about 12 matches? No way you 3 different venues. It destabilizes and especially in Ghana where your playing surfaces no and said that in quality sa in standards sa and to the all power home venue na kokwa what has brought on board many new players and ameboa to omo pitch back so na ni omo fa it helps the team.
Let me sure say nti be Ouattara
it is affecting them again korokoko oboase no check a record net is a nations question or anameboa Heart of Lions question or no mudi pre no mujane by when Kotoko came to the Babayara in the Premier League Oma consider go back against Vision FC Nana Frimpong the shares are going the rest of the Premier League games they have kept a clean sheet and they have been winning and on they push your more title race no so Atoboase na Kotoko in the 10th 11th 12th position. Moving to Babayara, it has propelled them to number 1 in the top 2. So, and on the Ayame Yadema has, if they had the benefit of using their Accra Sports Stadium consistently, it would have helped their cause. Against Midiama, Accra Sports Stadium, no, I want to align to Akomia, not just because Ouattara won you maybe. I also don't trust Ibrahim Tanko ni Juma Oye. Meaning this
okay.
You see, I love him. Former player, transitioned to be a coach. But I am yet to fully appreciate the body of work of Ibrahim Tanko. And this Midiama project, the litmus test.
I agree.
The project I'm out for video. Why not the Midiama G League?
What's a board?
Debbie,
like I can say,
Adotemo, yeah. And I'm a board who Africa. No more breaky. Africa. Good. Midiama team they are capable on any day of challenging for one of the 2 competitions here about Ghana. So Midiama when he a litmus test the Ibrahim Tanko.
Okay.
He needs to convince me. But again, I think has a favorite to defeat Midiama. About the Accra Sports Stadium. It will be a grand return to the venue. And
more pressure to Ouattara so
me fa pressure to so me say game we no and yes a change na o share me say has your favorite
Mate
to beat Midiama.
Okay wo yema so share kama menya wishes no real quick ye ni brekra de di can happy birthday to Pamela Apia away from Dazi say Pamela appear and your birthday young show happy birthday. I'm better going to Nana Mensenshra or your stanch Koroko supporter our bossy Nana Mensenshra I would pa Anna ye day Emma on Nano pay and so away in Jumedi. So happy birthday to Brother Emmanuel from Wabusia 4 and on now for say Brother Emma and your birthday young show happy birthday. Happy birthday to Mrs. Ohema Sika and cash in Shramansa where from to Namada from I'm say mother and son my men and a banning and I'm with him birthday tea Mrs. Ohema Sika and cash in Shramansa and Mawada Yarashimo happy birthday. Last the chat to happy birthday to Amdia from OKT Rankin and Abigail Maminya Kwese Amdia and Wawada Yarasho Wada Panyaminto Supremos Munina Ayamin Sham no mama koma so ade emram mini aba na onye de
adom na so